OU's going to get football first. Simpson will have to wait. Alabama 1 deferred. The 2025 college football playoff about to get started here in the Palace on the Prairie. It's windy. It breezes in the face of Talty as he boots it away here in the first quarter. And they're going to have a chance from the 2. That fair catch was called. Third down, a serious problem for the Sooners in their win in Tuscaloosa. Mateer drops back, slings it, caught on the sidelines, a sidearm pitch, and Deion Brooks comes up with it for a first down.
They'll try to create some confusion, and does. How about this effort? Gets the hand down, the hip down. Clean catch, able to possess. Good job there.
Blaylock trying the right side, cuts inside and barrels out near midfield before Jefferson got him down. The Sooners narrowly avoid a turnover in the first series. Xavier Robinson is the back, but Mateer's keeping all the way, and he's got a first down. Barreling inside the Alabama 45.
Calls.
Second and 9. Simpson didn't look ready for the snap. Gets the ball out quickly to Isaiah Horton. Lined up on Simpson's blind side if he's going to throw. Drops back, gets it out quickly, and it's incomplete. Tried to get it to Horton. It was a low throw, and Alabama goes 3 and out. Second and 8 off the play fake. Mateer stands and delivers across the middle, and the catch is made by Jermichael Carter. This is his 7th of the season. Found a spot in the zone there.
Yonsei Pierre is right here. He's usually a guy that plays on the edge. Watch him move up. Now there's a nice big opening right there.
Motion him out. Second and 10, run all the way. Mateer's got a block. He got space. Lowers his head, delivers the blow, and has a first down. Helms, 3rd and 10, easily within field goal range for Sandell. They go across the middle, and once again, it's Xavier Robinson working free. Robinson turns the corner and is forced out inside the 10. For Alabama, that's a first down run for Mateer. Picks his way. Mateer, shifty, touchdown OU. He can beat you running in different ways. You saw the elusiveness there. Field position, and they jump on top, 7-0. Big John looking like he did early in the season, pre-surgery.
Touchdown, our first score.
The lefty Sandell, again the Groza winner, sends it away. And let's hear Brooks from the goal line. Spun around and slammed down at the 15. High kickoff, and the Sooners flew down there. Just he could be rusty. First action in 7 weeks. Alabama 3 and out the first time. Simpson harassed and sacked off the edge. Kip Lewis is a bad man.
And looking down at the other end of the sideline, good job of disguising it. Completely fooled Ty Simpson. Never saw it.
Deafening on 3rd and 10. Pressure comes. Simpson retreating back to the end zone. Desperation heave, incomplete. Pressured again
by Ben Arbuckle, the play caller.
Empty backfield after all that shifting on first down. End around. Blaylock catapults forward, picks up about 18. As you said, it backed him up even out of Sandell's field goal range. Mateer tries to get some of it back. They flare it out to Satania, who breaks a tackle. Isaiah Satania, the big play weapon in this offense, looked like he's 7 for 7 from beyond 50. That is historically good in college football. Drives it right through. What a weapon. Kind of kicker that you see on Thursday nights in the NFL. Mateer and Sooners back to work. Momentum squarely on their side. There's a pass across the middle. Now it's Oklahoma fans who want a flag on Deshaun Jones. There isn't one.
They got 8 guys up there. Someone's dropping.
They drop way out. Mateer does have time on the move. Scans, fires sideline route. That's Deion Brooks over there. They're talking about it. Catch made Burks for the second time has worked the sideline and come up with a tough catch.
Wow, because Sabian Brown came up, what a effort again.
Toe down, does he have control?
I'm guessing they're going to take him into this. Does he maintain possession through the catch?
Survive the ground, right? That's what they were.
He's got to survive the ground. The foot is down. There's no problem.
After further review, the ruling of catch is upheld. First and 10.
So they didn't see anything clear and obvious to overturn it. It's here all day, right down the middle. It's Burks again in the seam as he goes low in front of Jefferson. Slot. Alabama not showing pressure. And Mateer across the middle. Caught. First and goal. Jacob Jordan. Catch number 2. First and goal. Mateer takes a look. Touchdown! Isaiah Satania, Oklahoma rolling over the Tide right now.
Well, and when he shows the threat of the run, watch the defender get his eyes on Mateer. Loses the receiver, easy to sneak behind him, and that's what the threat of Mateer's legs.
Now play clock at 4. Just get it off. Pressure comes, it's picked up, back foot throw. Brooks comes back and makes the catch. Under heavy pressure, backpedaling, he just lofted it out there. 4-man rush on second down across the middle. Catch made, it's Cuevas and the big tight end. Welcome back to the lineup tonight. Now motions to the right side. Plenty of time on the play clock.
Watch out for this guy.
He rolls away from him, throws low. It's not a first down. Bernard went down and got it at the 10, but it's going to be 4th down and 2. Short pickup. Play clock down at 2. 1. Simpson looking, finding. Brooks still fighting, diving for the end zone. Alabama 4th down touchdown to get on the board.
Lazir Brooks, the true freshman. 5 offensive linemen. That ball needs to come out fast. Good job of getting behind the big tight end Cuevas. Really well-designed play. And how about the effort? 3 broken tackles to not only get the first down, but into the end zone.
Burks again. Burks has blockers and splits defenders. Picks up a quick 15 this season. 5 of 7 tonight against this Bama defense. Mateer, pressure comes, and he escapes. Mateer now launching over the middle, and it's incomplete. Xavier Robinson was running free, couldn't quite get it, and we'll try to cut into the lead with 4:29 to go before halftime. Alabama will get the football to begin the 3rd quarter. Miller, it's blocked, and Alabama's special teams make a play. Trying to salvage 3 points for Alabama. Drives it right through. So not what the tie we're looking for after that fumbled punt snap. 2nd and 8. Has time from the pocket. Zips it across the middle. And climbing the ladder is Jermichael Carter. Some little used. Jacob Jordan and his 2nd catch of the season earlier. Pressure, Mateer scrambling around, pinballing, and he'll be slammed down for a sack.
Who are they going to bring? Who are they going to drop?
Only rushed 3. Intercepted! They confused him! Sabian Brown headed the other way! Touchdown Tide! A pick 6! From the man who had one against Tennessee just before the half.
He's not even turning and expecting the ball. Brown is just reading Mateer's eyes, so they bait him, show some man coverage and pressure, and then Mateer has no chance of being able to catch up to Brown. Boy, has this game flipped around.
Jeremy Bernard, 1 catch for 4 yards. The 2 main weapons in this pass game under pressure again. There's Bernard on cue, makes a catch. Jeremy Bernard gets loose, and his ball came out at the end. No fumble. They rule him down. Taylor Wine. Pressure. Simpson delivers. And it's incomplete. Ryan Williams could not come up with it. Nobody in the FBS had more drops this season. Needs 6 here. Mateer. And it's just enough pressure. Throw off target for Satania on the crosser.
And then eventually getting the right call into the defense. People always want to change tempos on him.
Simpson this time has a clean pocket. Lofting toward the end zone. Brooks! Touchdown, Alabama! Crimson Tide have the lead. A 30-yard strike.
Well, they never get a jam or reroute on him. He's getting him 17 running from the slot. Bowen gets his hands on him, but really doesn't impact him at all.
Looking around, they were standing up, not really ready for the snap. Simpson backpedaling and launching downfield, wide open, and Bernard could not come up with it. He was standing there waiting for the football.
Holding. Defense, number 4. 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
They got Cortland Guillory, the corner.
There's nobody back there. Look how close they come. Finally, he sees them, but it's well underthrown.
How does he not make the catch?
And here's the penalty right here. Right.
Simpson, can he get there with his legs? Yes, he can. First down and much more. Simpson scampers to the 25. Knocks it right down the middle. So Alabama, good field position to begin the drive. Went to North Texas where he played 3 years before transferring here. Played his second straight game at center. Mateer does take off. Dodges the tackle of Jefferson, picks up 7. 240-pounder Robinson is in the backfield, but he motions out. This is all Mateer, and he's met right near the marker. It's going to depend on the spot. Tim Keenan hit him, and they say it is a first down at the 35. Late third quarter. And Satania moving around on 3rd and 2. Mateer running for his life, slings it. Blaylock comes back and makes the catch, and it's a first down. Mateer dancing around, delivers over the middle. It's caught. Off and running is Burks. Touchdown, Oklahoma punches back. Seven-yard strike. Fake to Hill, pitch to the edge. Bernard goes up and just grabs the ball away. Do they call it a catch? They battled for it. It is ruled a catch down at the 5-yard line. Went up and over Jacoby Johnson.
Ridiculous. Watch him go up, like you said. How does he get? Johnson doesn't see the ball, but still, that is impossible to do. What strength in his hands, goes over top, comes down on the ground.
Bernard in motion. It's Hill. Banging forward. Fighting. Twisting. Touchdown, Alabama.
What an incredible job by this offensive line. Work together. Double team right there. That gives, there's the hole. It opens up, and now it's a matter of just tough running. Break through that would-be tackler right now, Wine. Turning, twisting into the end zone for the touchdown, but put the Tide up. And don't forget this catch by Bernard off the back of the helmet there by the backup corner Johnson. From
they don't blitz. Mateer stumbles, and they bring him down. Another sack by this defense. Kelby Collins.
To allow 17 to work back to the inside, and again finishes strong with the sack.
This Alabama pass rush, which has been missing a lot of the year. Another run. Now looking to throw. Simpson will take a sack. Taylor Wine got him, slung him down. So they were trying to throw for it. Wine wouldn't have it. Burks to the right, Satania to the left. Mateer looking to the left. Now comes back underneath, and it's complete to Kanik. Short gain, every second precious here. Mateer must create. On the move now, scanning, turns and throws downfield. Catch made. Gibson's got it. Chased down from behind as the Sooners convert and get to the red zone. Sooners 2 for 2 on touchdowns tonight in the red zone. That was early on. Pressure again. Mateer trying to escape. Backpedals, and he'll be dropped. Didn't throw it away, and he's going to be sacked for a 5th time. Deontay Lawson brought him down. Alabama again brings pressure right up the middle. Mateer had no chance. Cut in half. That ball bounced off the wall over there outside of the bench. One of the great portal transfers anybody has made this season. Gets it up and good. No, they say no good. Did that fade outside the upright? Disbelief. Disbelief. He hasn't missed since his first attempt of the year. And when he had to have it to make it a 1-score game, he ruled this as outside the upright. I thought it was through.
And you wonder if the wind could have had a factor. It looks like it's going right through the middle and just keeps drifting to the left.
Tough to tell from that angle. The officials looking right up the post. The whole ball's got to be inside the goalpost here. It can't go over the top. Ooh, I don't know. That is really close, Bill LeMonnier.
That's what I was going to bring up. If it's higher than the upright, it's not reviewable.
Justin in a wild card game on the road again, down 17 and find a way.
Going to throw the ball. Bobbled and caught. Ryan Williams got free. I think you just got to kick it away from him. It's going to be returnable for Satania from the 31. He's got a little crease, and he's knocked down near midfield.
And took over the game.
4-man rush here. Mateer underneath. Once again, catch made, and now trying to get to the sidelines, and getting there is Blaylock. Again, another chance to cut the lead to 7. Sandell drives it, and is going to come up short. Didn't have enough on a windy night. 24 makes in a row, misses his last 2, and Alabama is going to come off the canvas from 17-0 down to become the first team to win a CIP game on the road.
All credit to these players. All credit to Kalen DeBoer, his assistants, his coordinators, the adjustments that they made.
He called the plays for Indiana for 1 season. Alabama comes back and conquers the Sooners. On to Pasadena. Turns out it was the Tide who are the hard-to-kill team tonight.
From historic Kyle Field in College Station, Texas, in front of well over 100,000 people. The number 10 seed, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the number 7 seed, the Texas A&M Aggies, here in the home of the 12th man, historic Kyle Field. It's Terry Bussey back for the kickoff from the strong-legged Carter Davis with the wind at his back. That's a touchback. Mike Elko says he's the best back in the SEC and as good as anybody in the country. And out with a left ankle injury. They come out slinging it wide. Mario Craver. 3rd down and 5. The play clock running out. They snap it with 1. Reed. First down. Flag down at the end of the play. Here's another 3rd down. They're already 2 for 2 on 3rd down. Reed was given time, ran out of time. Here he goes again. Gets a block from E.J. Smith at the end of the run. Play action fake. He's on target. And a tackle made in space, and it's a good thing for Miami. Strong opening drive. This is the 11th play already. Terry Bussey in trouble, and he's dropped for a loss. Keontae Scott, as Taylor told you, just back after missing the last 3 with a foot injury. Concepcion might want somebody else to return punts. One off the helmet, and then that hit. Reed going deep. Receiver open. It is caught. Mario Craver out of bounds at the 11-yard line. '69-yard play.
And how about the catch there by Mario Craver, tracking it, controlling it, and then getting upfield. Incredible catch and adjustment by the wide receiver.
A. Smith, the third down back. Reed zings one well short of the goal line. It's caught at the 5 by Terry Bussey. Fourth down, and they will try a field goal. Hopeful that Zirkle will knock one through. He was the backup to start the year, but Randy Bond, there it is. It is deflected on a low kick. Wesley Bassett bringing it back. The nightmare continues for Mike Elko. Miami has a solid kicking situation. That wasn't the case at the beginning of the year. Carter Davis. And that ball, you could see it get driven wide by the wind from 47 yards. So the longest punt return of Tony's. All right, Kevin, thank you. Still scoreless here. Under 3.5 to go in the opening half. Some running room for Marcel Reed. That's really been their best play, with the exception of that. In other words, don't make mistakes. It's a fake punt, and it is an incomplete pass. Tyler White threw it in the direction of Marcus Ratcliffe, who's a defensive back. He got a hand on it. Well, Mario Cristobal predicted that yesterday. He said, we're ready for all kinds of tricks. We expect things like fake punts, and they got one.
And antenna was up just a little bit with those two guys being off the ball, which allowed Ratcliffe to be eligible. He releases around the right. It's actually a decent ball by the punter and pretty well defended, and he can't quite reel it in with one hand.
Elko with so much confidence. Elko says, most of all, we try to attack the other team's protections. We feel like we get a good sense of what they're going to do, and then we try to attack it. They're attacking from Beck's right. He had just enough time to get it off, and a catch made by C.J. Daniels as he was falling backwards to the ground. They are in field goal range. Beck, sideline. Was it a catch? Yes. Elijah Lofton. Some in the crowd thought he was juggling it as he went across the boundary. Now they are waving it off. The officials conferred on the far sideline and took it off.
Definitely didn't have it initially, and as he's going to the ground, is that foot in before he secures it? It's tough to tell.
Well, Mike Elko wouldn't agree with this. The better chance of making it, theoretically.
Number 9 has firm possession of the ball inbounds at the 22-yard line. It'll be second down with 11 seconds on the game clock.
It's imperative now.
Carter Davis was 4 for 11 in his career at FAU, but he won the battle, and he's been outstanding all season long. Missed his first today from 47. This is from 40 in the lead at the half. Oh, those kickers.
2 downs to get it here for Miami.
Yeah, the field goal situation is dicey. Here's Fletcher taking off running. He's down near the 10-yard line. Malachi Toney takes a direct snap and goes down. Receivers, including Toney, in a bunch to the left. C.J. Daniels alone to the right. Beck takes off running and dives down at the 2. We keep using golf analogies. This is just about a gimme for a kicker. Even with the breezy day, a 21-yard try for Davis. For the first points of this game early in the third quarter. And a sigh of relief for Mario Cristobal. A made field goal. He's 1 for 3. A&M 0 for 1. Four-man rush, clean pocket, Reed too high and intercepted. Picked off by the freshman Fitzgerald. Bryce Fitzgerald down the sideline and out of bounds near the 20.
This is a really good pocket for Texas A&M. He gives Reed plenty of time, but right there as Reed's getting ready to throw it, the receiver's breaking free. I don't think he ever has eyes on this defender, which forces him to throw it back inside.
And they fake the handoff and then check it down to Concepcion. Not running offensive line. Aggies go out of the pistol. Reed found some room, a low throw. Concepcion rescued it. It's deemed a catch at the 20, a better throw, and they would have had more, but they're at the 20 with a 21-yard pickup. While we were away, it was announced that the call on the field has been changed. It's clearly an incomplete pass after the replay review. Reed got it off, caught. Ashton Bethel Roman looked like he got enough for the first down. He did. They're going to mark it just inside the 31-yard line. 10-yard gain, first down. 10 minutes to go in the CFP first round game. 3-0 Miami. Reed lots of time, on target again. Mario Craver. Another first down. Tried to spin away from Keontae Scott. Crowd loves the effort. It's good for 12. Has been in Miami territory since they made it to the 5 and had the field goal blocked in the first quarter. Reed is sacked. Akeem Mesidor makes his presence felt. 5th sack of the day for the Hurricanes defense.
So much attention gets put on Bain, but Mesidor might be the more equipped pass rusher. He puts Zune on his back pedal, and then he closes immediately, goes speed to power, disengages, and drops Reed, who for the first time isn't decisive in a few plays.
This is from 35 to tie it. And right down the middle. And how good has he been for most of his career? That's his 71st career field goal, tying him with Seth Small for the Texas A&M all-time 17 points per game. But against weak competition. They do go to the run game, and it's Fletcher off and running. Fletcher across midfield, refusing to go down, and all the way to the 30-yard line of A&M. With his mom, Linda, here today and going crazy.
And this is poorly done by the Aggies. You'll have one guy to gap there, one guy to gap there, and there's nobody between the guard and the center. It turns into a huge play. This happened against Texas, where the Aggies got too aggressive and they didn't account for the run fits.
She is of her son Mark at the moment, hoping that he and his mates can finish the job. Fletcher again to the 16-yard line.
Ground and pound.
5 plays on the drive, all of them carries by Fletcher for 75 yards. Undoubtedly, no, they're not going to give it again. They're going to give it to Tony. Tony scores a touchdown. What a call by Shannon Dawson. Beautifully executed. Malachi Tony comes to the forefront for Miami again. Almost inconsolable not long ago after his fumble at midfield. And now he has scored the first touchdown of this game. And Davis happy to yield the spotlight. But an important extra point nonetheless. It's 10-3. A minute 44 to go. Send the tight end in motion to left. Reed, guns, Concepcion out of bounds again. Late flag thrown by the referee, Michael Vandervelde, way behind the play. Flag was hitting the ground after Concepcion went out of bounds. Talking with the center judge. Ian Malapai.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 18, with helmet contact to the passer. 15 yards will be added to the end of the play, first down.
A minute and a half to go. They have to have a touchdown. They have no timeouts. Reed in a pocket, got it through. Some traffic to Nate Borkacher, who fought his way to the 34-yard.
You're off the field.
Yep, they want to pick up the first down with E.J. Smith. Coordinator for A&M. They've moved 56 yards. They need 19 more. Concepcion's out of bounds at the 4-yard line. E.J. Smith, the running back. Reed gets it to the end zone. Intercepted! Picked off again by the freshman, Bryce Fitzgerald. His second interception of the game. It's going to seal it. Mike Elko said yesterday, one of the top 3 factors in the game, which quarterback will make the fewest mistakes, which one will make the most. And this one was a killer as Reed turns it over for the 3rd time.
And this is killer, but he had to move in the pocket just ever so slightly. There is some green grass here in the back. However, the throw is off target and behind again. That's what leads to the interception. If he throws it earlier and in front, it's a touchdown. Instead, because of the movement and the pressure off the right-hand side, he's a touch late. It's an interception, and the Hurricanes punch their ticket to the quarterfinals.
Tony, the true freshman from South Florida, the game-winning touchdown. Bryce Fitzgerald, true freshman from Miami, the game-sealing interception. 2 young men who decided to go to Miami to help get the U back to national prominence. And it was Mark Fletcher who was really, to me, the biggest hero on that last drive. Greg, I mean, 5 plays to start it, 75 yards, all on him.
Incredible. I mean, also, too, the offensive line, that they just stayed committed to the run. They didn't abandon it. They forced A&M to get out of their holes, and Fletcher made them pay.
Back to return the Patrick Durkin kickoff. 73 of his 82 kickoffs have gone for touchbacks. And that is the case again. So, Jesse, we say good afternoon to Trinidad Chambliss for Ole Miss. They're going to get it out quickly into space to Stribling, who is so dangerous. Remember, he had a similar play like that against Georgia that he took all the way to
tackle on Stribling.
30-yard reception to open up the game. Play action. Chambliss will get it to Wright, the dangerous tight end. And the Ole Miss offense is making this look too easy. 2 plays in. Lacey's first touch straight up the middle and straight into the end zone. You cannot start better than that.
Davion White miss. He leads the nation. That's now his 100th forced missed tackle. 3 plays. Can do it all. Rushing the passer, playing in zone coverage and spine.
2nd and 1. Play action. Retzloff steps up. Will carry it ahead for the first down and works his way close to midfield. We're 2 total yards in that first meeting. 3rd down and 10. Retzloff gets it complete, and it's Brown Stevens with the reception. Gordon motions out. Retzloff sidearms, and it's intercepted. That is Braxton with the pickoff for the Rebels. Jalen Braxton with the interception.
get upfield. It's right over here. He was squatting on it. Shackelford never turned his head to find that. He hugged me, and I think I punctured a lung.
Yeah. Kewan Lacey. And this is what Kewan Lacey has been doing all year long. Great block from Daquan Wright. Katie.
At ease. He said, I need my OC. It was crucial for me to have Coach Weiss coaching in this game.
Boy, look at the offense today early on as it is complete to Alexander, who spins his way inside the in as the next offensive coordinator has familiarity with the program. There's the block and there's the score. Trinidad Chambliss just letting Lacey pave the way.
They've been outstanding.
Yeah, 3 for 3 on third down. Brown-Stevens with a couple of catches. Retzloff being chased for a moment, but gets it complete. And this is Hayes downfield. So Tulane on the scoreboard with a 39-yard attempt. And he does just that as they motion him out here on 3rd and 4. Chambliss with a man in his face, and he escapes it. And then gets it complete as Stribling turns the corner. McClure off left tackle. That's a good run for Jamari McClure. And he
impacts the offense for Dante Moore.
Bob Chesney's done a great job at James Madison as the head coach. Ole Miss back on offense. Deuce Alexander spinning for extra yardage, and a flag comes down at the end of it from Western Kentucky. And he puts it right through and brings it back to a 14-point margin. Quick strike and just connecting with Trey Wallace as he burst ahead. Instead, he quickly gets it to Stribling, who goes into the end zone for a touchdown.
Decision this time by Chambliss because you got the linebacker blitzing hot, Sam Howard, and that's the answer against the pressure. It's coming right here. It's going to be Stribling on the out route. Chambliss and his wideout on the same page.
McClure on 2nd and 6, and that is a tackle for a loss. As Centurion Perkins
plays all year.
Listen to this crowd after their 5th TFL of the day. 3rd down and 7. Retzloff being chased as he drives the ball to Amari Hayes, who comes up with the catch. Great effort from Hayes.
It was a nice job by Retzloff keeping this away from Sage Ryan and low. And Amari Hayes, who's 5'9", does a good job getting down. Seemed as though he got his arms underneath this. At any point there, it doesn't look like the ball hits the ground. It looks like he's got his arms under it. To me, Joe, that looks like a catch.
Matt Austin.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld.
Or, Matt, we don't need you. We'll just hear that. Largest crowd ever at Vaught Hemingway, roaring for a defensive stop. That's not even close, Jesse. Not even close. Second effort. Are they going to give it to him? Or are they going to say forward progress? He was stood up for a while, and you see them marking him short of that line to gain the unofficial yellow line.
Back-to-back QB sneak tries, and no. That's a turnover on down.
It is.
Landshark defense comes up big.
Will Eccles, Jan Brown, and the rest of that Rebels front does their job. 3rd down and 5. Chambliss, and that's incomplete. It was thrown slightly to the outside of Alexander, and a flag comes in.
Pass interference, defense number 8. Ball be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
And getting the best look. Tons of time.
3rd down and 10. Chambliss to Wallace, but he is wrapped up immediately. 6. Great lift, rotation, and through. Ole Miss adds to the lead. Stretch for the Green Wave. Retzloff able to connect here with Mamahat. Garrett Mamahat. Trick play, and Retzloff's going to keep it. Now the ball comes out, and it's going to be a turnover right into the hands of Ole Miss.
It was Suntarian Perkins and TJ Daugherty that got in on the tackle.
Turnover gives the ball back to the Rebels. The 24-point lead. Chambliss, a good ball and a good connection as he has Deuce Alexander. As you saw Lacey favoring that shoulder after that play. Chambliss on first down, checks down to Diggs. Nice spin move by Logan Diggs. All the way down to the 12-yard line.
Well, it's good to see Logan Diggs making a big play like that.
Final minute of this third quarter. Chambliss. And it's going to be first and goal after the reception by Caden Lee.
It's hitch routes outside.
The fireworks, the drone show, the laser light show, and now this offense looking to add to the scoreboard. Logan Diggs trying to power ahead, and he does. Set him off, light it up. It's party time at the Grove.
Nice job being patient, letting the block set themselves up, and a big, strong runner at 6 feet, 220 pounds, dropping those pads, driving the legs, and hitting pay dirt.
Jesse, to your point, he was masterful the first three quarters.
Oh, yeah.
262 yards of passing touchdowns, then just 1 of 10 passing in that fourth quarter. Retzloff gets it downfield to Pascuzzi, his tight end.
Ole Miss these last couple of games really has matched up well with them.
The ball carrier was short of the line to gain. It's fourth down.
To do in Eugene, trying to stay on the field and limit Dante Moore's possessions.
Trinidad Chambliss, a lot of green space as he slides inside the 10-yard line. Now remember, he left the game earlier, was cleared to come back. You're up 34-3 in the fourth quarter. Your thoughts on him being in the game?
I just don't think you need him in there at this point. You've already lost Keywan Lacey due to injury. This is a really nice decision. There's a giant lane to run through. He's going to do that, but you absolutely want to limit the hits.
Chambliss going to scoot ahead, and he dives ahead for the touchdown. That's the longest streak in program history.
Well, it's a really nice individual effort. And we talked about his first 5 yards and how fast he is and how quick he is and explosive. He just shoots through that gap, and a great individual effort getting over the end zone, quarterbacking his team in the college football playoff.
2nd and 6. Retzloff as he gets it complete for a first down. And it's Brown Stevens who has been. So Preston had the 40-yard reception. And Retzloff showing you a little bit of his ability running the ball as he takes it ahead for a first down here under 5 minutes to play in this.
They've had phenomenal leadership all season long in their locker room.
Have they ever? Think about the success that he has had. As this is the tight end Reed as he strides inside the 10 and right into the end zone. Justin Reed with the touchdown. Good job staying in bounds, keeping his balance. 29-yard touchdown reception.
Well, nice job by the big fella, just tight-roping down the sideline. And he's a big dude. 6'8", 330, and
but he can get down to Swedish pop groups from the 1970s.
It's a vast array of music they play here, by the way.
They're throwing coming out of the 2-minute timeout as Devin Price comes up with the reception.
41-10.
You got to think about the history of Ole Miss, and I think this is what people don't quite realize as you see Taylor taking it ahead, because they've had a lot of recent success. When they were leading in the fourth quarter, and they're going to do it with a new head coach who they absolutely love out of the gate. Pete Golding is 1 for 1, and he's going to lead this team on New Year's Day a step closer for a hopeful national championship.
I think a big question coming into this one, what would they look like without Lane Kiffin? I think the answer in this one's pretty simple. They were dominant in all 3 phases of the game. An impressive win for Ole Miss. And a very confident team, I think.
The final game of round 1 of the college football playoff is underway. Fireworks fly here at Autzen. Ryan on the kickback. Spins, rather, Whittington all the way out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. The toss to Whittington to begin. He turns the corner. He's down the sideline with a first down. And boy, have Malik Benson and Jeremiah McClellan stepped up in their absence. Good protection and a delivery again to McClellan from Dante Moore. Another Ducks first down. Four-man rush. He's well protected again. He's going to take a shot up the seam. In stride, Jabari Jensen. Touchdown.
Here you see Jamari Johnson, the transfer from Louisville, stretching out, breaking the plane, getting Oregon on the board.
And they're going to run a trick play and try and go for two. And that backwards pass to James Ferguson Reynolds. The holder ends up out of bounds. So another handoff, bouncing it outside is Knight. He's got the sideline. Wayne Knight all the way out to midfield. 10.
What a great read by Wayne Knight. And I want you to take a look at the quarterback, Alonzo Barnett. Look at the block he makes on the edge. Just absolutely puts the DB on the ground. The freshman Brandon Finney, the corner.
Losing the football and jumping back on top of it, it appeared, was Barnett. Zone read. Making the catch. Right at the line to gain is Dupree.
Someone like Braden Wisłowski, number 10.
Blitz on the way. And out on the edge, it's Wisłowski. Slips and falls close to the first down. Quarterback run for Barnett. Breaks a tackle. He's in the red zone. Barnett pulls it and gets spun back.
It's 2 times the turnover. He did a nice job on this drive.
And Morgan Suarez is good from 30 yards to get the Dukes on the board. Into the defense for JMU as they crowd the line here. Pass out to the edge. Dyer Hill. The freshman gets loose down the sideline. Dyer Hill Jr. And they finally ride him out at about the 32.
That they had enough to slow down the running game. It was the one-on-one situations out here on the perimeter. And you see Dyer Hill, he's able to beat the corner. Justin Eaglin. 0 is in the game in the backfield.
Right on cue. Davison. Tripped up at the 10-yard line. Jacob Thomas.
Dimensional right now, they're having their way.
Quarterback keeper. Moore to the pylon and in. Another Oregon touchdown.
Humming. You see here, you're going to see Dante Moore pull the ball, and then just look at the block on the edge. And then it's just a foot race to the corner.
They were 0 for 3 on their opening drive. Wide open. And Wisłowski scoots up the sideline. They bring DeGennaro in the backfield. That's a backward pass. It's a trick play, and it's lined up. Landon Ellis down inside the 15 to the 11-yard line. Flag for one there, and it works to perfection.
It sure does. There you see it. This is the double pass. Landon Ellis has been a big play producer.
Play clock winding down. And Knight goes down. This from 40, and you can see the percentage drops significantly. Tipped ball at the line.
And it has paid dividends for him because, as you can tell, just by his body language and way in which he executes this offense, he's in control.
Pitch to Dyer Hill. Gets the edge. Stays in bounds. Touchdown. Jordan Davison down the sideline again. Into the red zone. Play action for Dante Moore. Floats one to a one-on-one. Backing up McClellan. Did he haul it in? Yes. That's another Oregon touchdown.
Holding. Defense. Number 7. Result of play is a touchdown.
You're going to to see Jeremiah McClellan just run the out and up on the nickelback DJ Barksdale. And McClellan's able to fight through the hand fighting in the end zone and still track that football and bring it in.
Pressure off the edge. A one-on-one to the sideline. And an excellent catch made by Landon Ellis. And he got a foot down for a first down.
Because right now he's been able to do everything that he's wanted to do as far as the passing game is concerned.
Wide open, reaching back to make the catch is Sadiq.
Just look at Sadiq just get his body around and oriented, gets his feet down, able to secure the football and not have it move as he hits the ground. And that little wheel route up the sideline.
Davison breaking tackles. He's across midfield, the ball popped out. James Madison thinks they've got a takeaway.
And punch that ball out. You see it right here. Right arm comes down. See, is that knee on the ground before it comes out? Looks like the knee is down now. He's going to be
elbow.
down.
Well, it looked like Emmanuel Pregnon recovered the phone. More off play action. A deep shot to the end zone. Drops it right down the chimney to Malik Benson. Another Oregon touchdown.
And just watch Malik Benson come off the line of scrimmage and try and square up the corner and then just turn on the jets. And Justin Eaglin just does not have the foot speed.
Slant thrown slightly behind Jalen Sanchez, but they did not give Wayne Knight any progress, so it's a full 3rd down and 10. Swing pass to Wisłowski, and he is brought down by Thieneman. Just a leader in every sense of the word. Slant incomplete. Check that. It looks like it stayed in the hands of Elijah Culp for an interception and a flag thrown after the play is over. Malik Benson, the intended receiver.
James Madison. You're going to see Malik Benson collide with Trent Hendrick as he's trying to get out to the flat and get underneath that slant route. And Elijah Culp is just standing there. Ball comes right to him. Then he's off to the races.
So after the timeout, 38 yards on the way for Suarez. And good.
That's your roster's going to turn over and over and over.
They'll fake the punt. And spinning is Dupree for a first down and more. Wide open, button hook to the sideline. DeGennaro makes a man miss. He's trying to find the front right. Pylon makes a move into the end zone for a James Madison touchdown.
Good for him. This nice execution on the part of JMU. Someone's going to have to make a play, make somebody miss in the open field. Get it to your most explosive guy, let him go to work. 34-13.
You know, Dan Lanning told us Malik Benson was a look team wide receiver when he first arrived. As Moore is going to take a shot. Guess who? Benson. Touchdown. Right on cue.
So guys on the part of the corner, number 2, Elijah Culp. Well, actually, it's the safety that's out there, Tyler Brown. He's just in a position that he's...
Another blitz. An escape hatch closes for Barnett.
Get the upfield charge and win on the outside edge of the right guard and then just finish it off with the sack. I mean, him and Amari Washington.
Blocked punt. And it's going to be a scoop and score.
Right here, but just keep your eye on number 15, Lakota Dupree. Look at the effort that he gives. In this one-on-one protection, he ducks his head and basically cringes on contact and then backs right up into the punter. And get some guys some playing time because you never know who you're going to need as you continue to advance through these playoffs.
Backwards pass to Jeremiah McClellan. And he is breaking tackles down to the 31-yard line.
This football team here down the stretch.
Dante Moore up the seam. McClellan again. It's 1st and goal. All-out blitz. Side-arming one to the sideline. And it is an interception. Justin Eaglin has the sideline and gets blown up out of bounds inside the 40-yard line of Oregon. So that time the blitz from James Madison. And now flags after the play.
Right place, right time. makes the interception. You see there, Jamari Johnson, the ball's underthrown because Dante Moore was under pressure. It always happens when you
after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, passing team, number 9. 15 yards will be added to the play. That's number 9's first unsportsmanlike foul of the game.
And they've done it again. Barnett, this time all day to throw. Loops one, back left corner of the end zone. And a rolling catch, it looks like, is made for the touchdown. George Pettaway, the wheel route down the side. A lot tonight. A lot of blitzes have come his way from Tosh Lupoy. And this time he's got room to run. Scamper to the sideline. And get right to the first down marker. So a 10-yard gain. Naeem Offord forced him out of bounds.
This JMU offense, by and large, will try and prevent the big plays and make them go the long, hard way to try and score any points.
Going back to help the quarterback is Jalen Sanchez, and he's loose to the sideline. Out of bounds near midfield. Well, you talked earlier about how at times looping throw, and it is there over the shoulder for DeGennaro. But he did it well.
And here's another example. Now you got Peyton Woodyard just playing poor technique. DeGennaro gets behind him. No, that's 2 chunk plays.
3rd down and 10. And they find a crease for Wayne Knight.
Moment. But as they've rotated more players in here, the mistakes have started to increase.
A little Philly special. Leaping into the end zone is Lakota Dupre. It looked like he might wanted to throw the football.
Here to Alonzo Barnett, but he was covered nicely by the cornerback Offord. And if you're Kingston.
Barnett back of the end zone. In the corner, incomplete. Isaiah Alston couldn't climb. Rushing offense, and that's in the Big Ten.
The outside run game has been where they have really hurt JMU here today.
Again, wide open to the sideline, Malik Benson. And his intelligence is a separator. He could line all 11 guys up, and they toss it to him again. And I think he's got the first down. Field. Dante Moore sets up the screen to Lamar, but it floated his way, and he had no chance. Dan Lanning said we never should have left it to him, but boy, did he come through when he needed to. And he will come through here. It's just their defense could not get a stop in the first half. And there is Wislowski making a catch and carrying some tacklers. Fighting his way all the way out to the 45-yard line. They will run it with Wayne Knight. And he breaks free. Wayne Knight eyeing the end zone. To the 1-yard line. He is brought down just short of the goal line. Net. 4th and goal. Barnett, straight quarterback run. And he breaks the plane for the touchdown. High throw. DeGennaro pulls it in for the 2.
Just sets the defensive back up with a, make him feel like he's going to go outside to the pylon, then comes back inside, and you see him just reach back across his body. We saw them last, like I said, in the Big 12 championship against BYU. They were absolutely hunting. They have got a great front 7. They got huge linebackers, ball hawks at safety, size at wide receiver. I mean, it's the competition just gets better. It just gets harder and harder for these teams now, and it just ratchets up. It's going to be fun to watch.
There is one final college football game in 2025, and it's one of the most anticipated of the season. Miami and Ohio State. 2 blue bloods in a Texas showdown at AT&T Stadium. Fletcher again tries to cut it back and bounces off another defender. Powerful run by Mark Fletcher Jr. for a gain of 13.
The size, 6'5", he's going to come downhill. Watch this collision in the hole. The contact balance for Mark Fletcher runs through Sonny Styles, shrugs him off, and then goes hunting for more.
Quickly out to its 44-yard line. Back throwing, hits Tony, who stumbles but is able to keep his balance, and then he fumbled the ball but covered it up. Remember, he had issues holding onto the ball in the first round against A&M, but couldn't let it rip really until midseason. Here's Pringle, straight ahead for the change of pace back at about 5'9", 190. Straight ahead, the true freshman Pringle tripped up by Igbinosun. And for the second time, Miami's in the red zone. Turned it over down here on the first opportunity. Fletcher inside the 15 and down to the 12. Dragged down by McLean. Third down and a yard. And Beck hits Fletcher out of the backfield. Touchdown, Miami.
The amount of offensive linemen that are in here. Now, watch the space that's over here. Nobody's present. So what are we going to do? Play action and run Mark Fletcher outside. Sonny Styles takes one step down at Hill to try to stop the run. No one's there for Mark Fletcher, and a big touchdowns for the Canes.
Play action, Sands setting up and fires it deep, going for Jeremiah Smith. And it's caught inside the 20. And Smith down to the 15.
When Julian Sands got this kind of time, it's going to be a problem. Great protection allows this deep post to come open. There's no help outside.
After the loss of 6, another pass play that's intercepted. Taking it back is Keontae Scott. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Miami. A 70-yard pick six.
Is incredible. Watch him read this. Watch him get vertical and pick this pass off and take it the other way. He was hurt down the stretch of the season. He was back against A&M. One of the best, smartest players on this Miami defense. He's been a game changer all year and a game-changing play here in this Cotton Bowl.
Just showed you that game summary. It could be a bigger lead for Miami, but they turned it over inside the Ohio State 20. Here's C.J. Donaldson with some running room. Up to midfield for the Miami native. We haven't had a penalty yet in the game. Sand in trouble, gets hit. Gets away. Mesidor then throws him down back at the 35.
It's going to start with Jacoby Thomas. He's going to come off the edge, and then watch Moten inside. They're going to create this pressure, and Mesidor is going to clean it up. Pressure off the edge, interior pressure by Moten.
Miami 3 of 5 on third down. Ohio State brings pressure. Beck sees it, takes off, and close to a first down at the 32-yard line. Matt, your thoughts?
Yeah, Dave, I agree with you and Dusty. You can't see the knee and the ball in the same shot, and it's so close. I don't see anything they can do with it except uphold the call in the field.
Thank you, sir. Got to be clear and obvious.
After video review, the runner's shin was down prior to the line to gain. The ball will be placed at the 31.5-yard line, and it will be fourth down and a half a yard.
Apparently it was clear and obvious.
He made a key piece of this defense.
Sand moving to his left, and now trying to dump it off a dangerous pass intended for Kaczmarek, and broken up Toure with a big hit. Sand from the goal line in trouble and throws it away. Beck going back to work off play action, climbs the pocket, and delivers a strike for a first down to Keelan Marion. Beck will throw on third down and 20, and he's taking a shot. And good coverage downfield. Marion, the intended receiver. Sanchez in coverage. Joyce hesitated, and Ohio State almost got to that, but Miami's down there, and they're able to save it from going into the end zone. They still have about 15 yards to go. Taking a long time here to snap the ball. Sand can't take a sack and gets rid of it, and it is caught for a first down by Innis at the 39. The clock will stop at 25 seconds to move the sticks. The last time they got this deep, they turned it over. An interception return for a score by Keontae Scott. Sand finds Tate, can't get out of bounds, And Ryan Day is going to use that final timeout as they're close to Jaden Fielding's range. Trying to get some points here before halftime and get a 2-for-1 because they get the ball to start the second half. And it's way off the mark. No good. 1 second remaining in the half. It remains 14-0 Miami.
And the most promising drive of the night ends with nothing as Fielding going to pull this to his left. Snap looked good, hold looked good. Just left the whole way, Dave.
We mentioned you got to wonder about Fielding's confidence after the miss against Indiana. We talked with Ryan Day yesterday, asked would there be any changes in the kicking game. He said nope, they have confidence in Fielding. Jackson again, downhill run, and he's got a first down out to the 31. Another run play on second down, and a first down for Jackson. All the way to the 45 of Miami.
This is really good. Watch Max Clare. He's going to set the edge. And then the backside guard, 62, Josh Padilla, is going to get up to that second level. Excellent job. Counter scheme.
And they protect him on second and long. He has time, and he has his man, Smith, who gets belted, but hangs onto the ball. And a swing to Tate out in space. He's got the first down inside the 10-yard line. Jackson falls forward with the ball and into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
A good second effort by Bo Jackson. He's contacted short of the goal line.
Ohio State brings a little pressure, and Beck throws a strike for a first down to Marion. Fletcher again up the middle with room, breaks a tackle, and finally brought down by Downs, who may have saved the touchdown.
No good by Brockemeyer. You're going to get a double here and work up to the second level. The center, 52, Brockemeyer. Just a punch, and then up to the second level to secure.
Now he motions out, Beck looking that way. Tony caught it, full of the ball. Tony picks it up, and he's tackled short of the line to gain. To extend the lead to 10. It has the leg, and it's good. A 49-yarder by Carter Davis.
Who's really stepped his game up the last 5 games of the season.
Sand wide open is Ennis. He's able to juke one defender and get a first down into Miami territory. Play action. They're going for Smith, and he makes the catch. What a throw on a back shoulder. Smith able to get a little separation from Frederick. Bo Jackson off the edge. He gets drilled at the 15-yard line. Saying over the middle. He's got Smith for a first down. Into the end zone, touchdown. There is a penalty flag, the first one of the night.
But it's going to be leave open the middle of the field. You can't leave the middle of the field open for Jeremiah Smith. A strike from Sayin and a touchdown for Jeremiah Smith.
Pressure off the edge. Beck steps up, takes off, and Beck puts his head down and gets a first down. The chain.
Well, how about the guts and toughness of Carson Beck? Never going to be confused as a runner. And a nice job up top covering 4 over the middle.
So Miami luminaries, Michael Irvin, Ray Lewis looking on for third down and 15. Stepping up, saying over the middle, a first down catch. Jeremiah Smith.
Trying to bracket him here, but there's no answer for Jeremiah Smith. Poise of the safeties in the middle, but Jeremiah Smith does an outstanding job setting this route down and working back to the football.
Corey Heatherman has done a masterful job as the defensive coordinator for Miami. And on third down and 20, Sand being chased by Bain. Able to dump it off at Donaldson. Just inside 6 minutes to play. First down in the Hurricane 30. They're going to run Fletcher on first down. And Fletcher all the way near midfield. His best run of the second half.
Tony with the key block. I want you to pay attention here. Here, and Malachi Tony's going to insert here at the end of this play. Watch the true freshman. We talk about him so much. Catching the football, throwing the football.
A ton of big game experience. Can he come up big on 3rd and 3? He does! Out of the backfield, Shamar Brown. And the first round win on the road for the Hurricanes. He'll get the carry here. Inside the 35, dragging defenders, a first down. All the way to the 26.
The All-American, watch him start here and then get up to the second level. Down block, down block. The right side of this offensive line really doing work here. The double by Maui Noah gets up to that second level, that key block on Sonny Styles.
3rd down and 4. And Beck's going to throw to Daniels. And Daniels has the first down. It's 1st and goal for the Hurricanes with 1:46 left. Ryan Day will use his second timeout. He has only one left. And the Canes are on the doorstep.
What a play call in the biggest moment. Wide receiver screen. Tony again with the key block. Maui Noah, the athleticism to get outside on Caden Curry.
They snap it with 1 on the play clock. Brown into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami!
Off the left side. It's a great jump cut. Keep an eye on 26. Peyton Pierce. He's got every opportunity to make a play, and he's just going to let Brown into the end zone. Ohio State was down to just 1 timeout left. If Brown would have opted not to score, he goes down at the 1. You can't run out every second, but they could have bled this clock down to likely inside of 10 seconds. As you mentioned, we're headed down a path that's going to see those top seeds go 0-5.
Bain coming. Sayin gets the pass away. It's intercepted. Picked off by Lucas.
Well, it's going to be Ruben Bain. He's going to come off the edge. He's going to force Julian Sayin up. And then it's Marquise Lightfoot who gets the big shot on Julian Sayin. And Jacoby Thomas with the takeaway to ice this game. Dave, the Miami Hurricanes from the jump were physical. They brought the fight to Ohio State. And they've closed this game the same way they started it, with that defensive line being relentless and getting after Julian Sayin.
The Verbo Fiesta Bowl has 1 team in it. Miami advances to the semifinal. 3 more quarterfinals tomorrow. Mario Cristobal may not want to hear it, but the U is back. Their biggest win in 23 years.
From Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami Gardens, welcome to the College Football Playoff quarterfinal, Capital One Orange Bowl. As we are underway on New Year's Day. Whittington is tackled for a loss immediately by the first team All Big 12. 2nd and 8, Moore. Complete again to Sadiq. So the tight ends coming into play early on here. Moore on 3rd and 8. Pressure, and they get to him. He is sacked by the best in the biz, David Bailey. 14.5 sacks now on the season. So it'll be a 50-yard attempt for Atticus Sappington. Quickly to the outside. Boy, that was dangerous on that play, as it is a loss of yardage immediately. As here's Moore with time, connects at midfield, but then driven back is Malik Benson. So that's a 1.5 yards shy of the line to gain. Mel Kiper's got him number 8 overall on the NFL Draft Big Board. Davison looking for some room against the middle of that Red Raiders defense. Rodriguez with the tackle. Katie. Delay handoff as Whittington does a really nice job of slithering upfield here on 4th and 1, and they do. It's Davison at 236 pounds, and he's tackled for a loss by Lee Hunter. A turnover on downs. That Red Raiders defense does their job. Not find their way at all. Dante Moore is ripped down again. It's Romello Heights. Another first-team all-conference players with double-digit sacks for Height.
And it's another D-end one-on-one with the tackle. Watch the hands of Romello Height here. Watch how he fights. He rips underneath, gets those hands from Isaiah World up, and then makes it home. There was pressure coming right up the middle, which forced Dante Moore to start trying to roll to his left. Just how long can that D-line hold up?
2nd and 7. Morton. Intercepted. It was Brandon Finney, the phenomenal freshman.
An outstanding job of the true freshman corner breaking out of his drop and cutting in front of the face of the receiver here in the slot, working a corner route. That's going against Reggie Virgil, and he's able to pluck it out of the air, Joe. Brandon Finney has been as advertised. The number 7 ranked corner coming out of high school. He's been their best all season, has started every game, and he has tremendous man skills and coverage, and also a great job as you look at the connected cam AT&T replay.
And it paid off there. 2nd down. Ball comes loose. Ball is loose as Dante Moore seemingly recovering it, fighting for that ball. And yes, he does, but they are backed up to the 43-yard line.
That is a huge mistake and an exchange issue that time between Moore and the true freshman Jordan Davison. It was Bama right now does not.
There's 2nd and 8. As Williams changes direction and Baron Morton, his quarterback, is out in front providing coverage, but what a move by Jacoby Williams. Oh my! But a guy who's got the leg to get it done. A 54-yard attempt by Stone Harrington. But this drifts off to the left.
A nice job there by Oregon's defense to collect themselves after the explosive run by Williams, getting a couple stops and then setting up this long kick. Now, Harrington hit from 58 earlier this year from Utah. That's why not a big surprise that Joey McGuire decided to go for that, but Dan Lanning knows. Former D coordinator.
Dante Moore gets it out quickly to Benson, and Benson is taken down at the 22-yard line.
Defense bow up here in sudden change moments.
3rd down and 1, and nothing doing at all.
What a play by David Bailey. He absolutely runs all the way around Alex Harkey that time.
39-yard attempt for Sappington. Good lift and rotation and through. 3rd down and 5. Under a minute to play here in the Orange Bowl first half. Morton is scrambling, looking for anything, and he's only able to spin his way ahead for a gain of 1 as Tuioti was able to trip him up.
Yeah, open up the wheel route down the boundary.
Under half a minute to go before halftime. We'll get you out to the Rose Bowl. But for now, it's the Ducks on the go, and it's Jamari Johnson. And they are putting themselves in position here before halftime.
It's a nice little design by Will Stein, their old coordinator. You got a clear out route on the outside, and here's Johnson running the corner. Nice job by Moore, extending this play, stepping up in the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield, and so accurate on the move. 61% when he throws it 15 or more air yards downfield, 2nd best in the country.
Well, and the bad snap is a worm burner all the way back to the 50-yard line.
That's the 3rd time for this Oregon offense. They've done this to themselves.
See if Moore's got a little something here before halftime. Crosses the field as he does get it complete to Jamari Johnson.
Man, you're holding.
The final seconds will tick away. And a flag does come in back all the way back at the other 41.
Holding offense number 71. 10-yard penalty. replay second down. Please set 3 seconds on the game clock. It will start on the snap.
Clock. As Dante Moore ready to take a knee and close out this first half of the Capital One Orange Bowl. So Texas Tech with only 88 yards of offense. A 6-zip lead for the Ducks. And Stormy, to your point, all 12 wins by over 20 points. That is batted at the line of scrimmage, so it is going to be...
Can always turn a new leaf.
Yeah, not now. Let's just call ball and enjoy those lazy Sundays. Here is Williams after the turnover on downs. All right, so Jesse, listen, we just brought up the fact. Aaron Morton, empty set here on 3rd and 11. He only has 7 completions for 40 yards in this Orange Bowl. Oh, the ball is out! The ball is out! Uiagalelei has it! Uiagalelei, and then he fumbles and returns to the 5-yard line, recovering it.
Hanging low off the ground. He's just going to come off the edge and rip away at this football, and somehow is able to just pluck it out of the air. That reminds me of David Pollock at Fiesta back in the day against South Carolina.
Davison into the end zone.
Watch this block by Sali Apaga out here on John Curry. He's going to get the block and then push him back, which gives the space for Davidson at 236 pounds. They are flying around.
Here's Morton after the turnover as he checks down to Dickey, and Cameron Dickey lowers the shoulders and makes his way out just beyond the 15. We're almost near that yellow line. As they will pick up the first down. Play action. Morton being chased downfield. And what an effort by Reggie Virgil. Joey McGuire needs to see his offense deliver right here, right now. They're going to direct snap to the running back. And it's Williams on 4th down. Can he get there? No, he can't. The Ducks stop him. Jaden Kennedy with the tackle.
It was Jaden Kennedy, the Ole Miss transfer, who came down and he defeated the block by Cameron Dickey to get into the backfield and make this play. Right here, he blows up through number 8, Dickey, and then makes the stop. We've seen a few examples in this game, Joe, of these DBs from Oregon making big plays in their run game. It's not just the big fellas up front in the front 7.
Here on 3rd and 1. Moore's going to pass. And now scrambling to the stick and gliding out of bounds for a first down.
Well, it's an unbalanced look that time by Oregon. They're trying to get Texas Tech to think they're running the football. That's 2 tackles out there on the right side of the formation, and it's a play fake. You got Sadiq downfield blocking. It took a long time for Jeremiah McClellan to get out in the route, but a very good decision there by Dante Moore. Nothing open. I'm just going to use my speed. I know where the first down marker is, but slight of build at only 206 pounds and doesn't run it often, but in the playoff, you got to take care of the body.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Whittington as he's pushed back by David Bailey.
And that now sets up 4th down.
What does Dante Moore come up with on 4th and 2? Moore pressured by Bailey, gets rid of it, and it is intercepted by Ben Roberts. Ben Roberts, who had 2 interceptions in the second half of the Big 12 championship game, comes up with an interception here in the Orange Bowl.
Ben Roberts just reads the eyes of Dante Moore, and it leads him right to the football. He's playing right here at the mic. He's just going to watch him. And Dante Moore's eyes are right here. Ball coming over the middle of the field, and that's just an easy interception for Ben Roberts. And another massive stop for Texas Tech on 4th down, gives them life. Explosives for this offense.
Quick to the line, quick to snap, and backing his way close to that line to gain was Williams.
I don't think there's no question here. Obviously, if you're Tech, you're going for this, and
that's a first down. Morton tried to fake out that defense. Did well for a gain of 5. And now Williams probing and getting the first down as Betcher corrals him after a gain of 3. Morton with time drives the ball downfield, and he gets it complete to Terrence Carter. Hopeful fans who have traveled to South Florida. 3rd and goal to the end zone. They go. It is intercepted, and it's Finney again. Brandon Finney with an all-time Orange Bowl. 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery for the freshman.
Well, we just talked about Baron Morton having to be good with his eyes, and he has terrible eye discipline on this play here. You're trying to run the corner route. The guy that's going to impact this is the corner Finney. He's looking right at it the entire way, never sees Finney drop back out of this, and literally just throws him a jump ball into the end zone for Finney's 3rd takeaway of the game. Talk about this guy and the career he's going to have at Oregon from day one. The moment he stepped on campus in Eugene, he's been the man at corner, and he picked a really good day to have the best, probably the best
bowl, Alabama or Indiana, if they can hold on here. Dante Moore, as he is driven back after a gain of maybe 1.5 yards.
Offside defense, number 1. 5-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
That's absolutely brutal. These are the things that you just can't do at a championship level.
Against Miami last night.
A layoff, and then you're playing in the neutral site bowl. Here's Lamar, Jaden Lamar with a chunk play for the Ducks. With the 3 takeaways by Brandon Finney if things hold up. Sappington with the 43-yard attempt.
So in coverage.
Here's 4th down and 5. From their own 29. And Morton is sacked by Tatum Tuioti. What a day Tatum has had. Sappington, as it just leaks to the left, as he was having himself a good day. Morton goes to Carter, and Carter's right near that stick.
In the first game against Arkansas Pine Bluff. He's been dealing with that all season long.
Here's 4th down, and he is absolutely smothered by Blake Purchase. What an exclamation mark to cap this defense's day. 12-win team, Big 12 champions, come here to South Florida with such hope. As Davison will thicken up that box score.
Hey, you play the game until there's zeros on the clock. And this might also be Dan Lanning trying to inject some confidence into his offense as well. It's been a bit of a struggle all season, and going up against this defense and everybody talking about the front 7.
Cameron Dickey's carry should put an end to it right here. And the Oregon Ducks, their first appearance in the Orange Bowl, and they are the winners. The Ducks advance to the CFP semifinals, their 3rd 13-win season in program history. They very much looked the part today, Katie.
Connor Talty debooted away. Roman Hemby, excellent running back for the Hoosiers, is back deep. Here we go. And the line drive kick will sail out of the end zone, and the Hoosiers will start at the 25-yard line.
The face of this team.
22-year-old from Miami looking to throw in the first play, feels pressure, and the Tide will get a sack right away, and that's Yanze Pierre, who has emerged as the top pass rusher on this team. Of 3rd down conversions, 56%. Need 4. Mendoza harassed. 2 sacks for the Tide in the opening series. That was Bray Hubbard. The aggression you just talked about as they get a little exotic there. Last 5 games under 30% conversion. Here comes a late blitz underneath. It's the running back, Daniel Hill, who makes the catch and stretches for a first down. And now the first run. Hill has some space on the left side, hurdles, and picks up another first down. Showing pressure. Don't bring it, except off the edge, a free runner. Simpson has to heave it downfield on the run, and it's almost intercepted. Ryan Williams had to play DB to prevent the takeaway.
Confident that they can come after him. Indiana needs to respond with some quick throws.
There's another run to Kalen Black. He bursts forward and sets up a 3rd and short now.
More blitzing.
See what Cignetti calls on 3rd and 2. They get Mendoza on the move, and he flips over the middle, and it's a completion for a first down to Elijah Surratt.
Second and third level of the defense, of whether he's handing it or throwing it.
2nd and 9. The Tide show pressure, but don't bring it. And a downfield shot, and caught on the sidelines. Getting the foot down was Charlie Becker. He's the speedster, the best deep threat on this offense.
He really is. He's really come on lately. Does he get the toe tap? He certainly does.
Williams, a tall, long arm receiver, is a physical player, excellent blocker. And again, handoff as Black powers forward for a first down. Hoosiers muscling down into the red zone. You see where they end forward progress as the Indiana faithful going crazy with that display of power against this Alabama front. 3rd and 9, final 30 seconds. Hemby runs right into traffic. You're right, that play had a weird feel. The operation was a little slow.
Yeah, the play got into him a little bit late getting out of the huddle.
Mike Shanahan is the play caller up in the booth. So after all that, 31-yard field goal to cap a long march by the Hoosiers, and they draw first blood in the first play of the second quarter. Superbly. Play clock at 5 as Simpson drops and is going to try to run for it. Can he get there? Gets a block, and Simpson's going to be grabbed. It's right near the marker. I believe they're going to spot him a yard short.
He connected Cam. As soon as that knee touches, it's right where the ball is. So that looks like a very fair spot to me by the official.
Simpson far to the right in that bunch set. Bernard comes in motion. They pop it to him, trying to get the edge, and he's not going to get there. Indiana with a 4th down stop as DeBoer rolls the dice and Isaiah Jones spoils the plan. Wow.
Isaiah Jones is right here. Watch the job he does off the edge, getting off the block. Look at that defense flying to the football. 46 right there, sets the edge. There's Aiden Fisher coming in.
Hemby off the right side. Stiff arm, gets around the corner, and Hemby gets all the yardage he needed for a first down and 2 more as Bray Hubbard could not contain him over there. After that 4th down stop. They're showing pressure. Here it comes. Mendoza has time. Blows end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Becker! Mendoza on fire early, the 21-yard strike.
And you give him soft coverage like that, Becker has enough twitch. We just bragged about how Deshaun Jones made a great play in front of him. This time he fakes to the outside, a stem, goes to the post, ball's out on time, upward Becker.
Team, and now, just like against Oklahoma, they're down double digits. Simpson on the move. Williams makes the catch. Slung down after about a 5-yard gain by Sharp.
And they're watching their Hoosiers in paradise, up 10 on Alabama.
The sun is beginning to come out here, bursts through the clouds, and Simpson on the move finds Bernard. Bernard had some space there. He got ahead of Aiden Fisher, and it's a first down across the 35. Running the ball continues to be a struggle for Alabama. Early stages here. On 3rd and 10, Simpson had some time. Coverage was good, and he's flush, and he'll be stopped by Ndukwe. See if Shanahan is thinking the same thing. Well, it's a play fake. He's got pressure, and he'll be sacked for the 3rd time. The 2nd time by Jan Zapier was a problem.
And you got 3 or 4 games that are going to decide everything.
3rd and long. Good protection. Zip down the middle. Ball is caught and then bounces loose. They'll rule it incomplete. They now say incomplete. Dejon Lee came in and popped Nowakowski there, and the ball came loose.
Watch Dejon Lee. It'll be from our right. He does a great job of coming off the receiver and hitting him right as he caught the ball and his feet came down.
15 yards allowed by that Oregon defense. Simpson looks to throw on first down, squeezes it in there, short gain by Cuevas.
Try to get up to these linebackers, they're by him.
It's the reason why Hardy and Fisher have made so many tackles. Simpson across the middle again, and a tough catch made by Ryan Williams.
You saw the blitz right across over him. This is, as you said, Chris, we've watched him. Not only does he take the hit, but he had to extend it.
Four-man rush, plenty of time. Simpson escapes and not going to slide. He's going to stay on his feet. Lost the ball as he was hit after getting first down yardage. Indiana takeaway. Isaiah Jones recovered it. They specialize in creating turnovers, and there's another one.
Yep, held on to. You'll see him come from Ty Simpson's left. Not this hit, but the next hit dislodges the ball right there. So Williams held on. Simpson's not able to, and that was a scramble for a first down that ends up, the result is a turnover.
And Simpson's been dealing with a right elbow injury. It's a head, of course, of the Sugar Bowl tonight. Mendoza trying to buy time, kind of weaving, swerving, and somehow finding space to scoot for a first down inside the 45 of Alabama. To not let it bother you. He's done that. It's been very noteworthy. That's why he's a Heisman winner. There's a handoff running left, and banging off people is Hemby. Another big play, and Indiana having success on the ground.
In field goal range, like I said, they're thinking touchdown.
Kalen Black is back in the game now. He's in the pattern, and it's a check down to him. Makes the catch, and Black quickly accelerates. First down near the 15. Get 11 more. No more timeouts to work with. So they're looking to throw, and Mendoza flips it. Easy pitch and catch. There's Omar Cooper Jr. And Indiana stretches the lead before halftime. What a show by the Hoosiers in the first 30.
Yeah, man coverage, top of that, and then they drive 11 plays, 58 yards, and there's that man-to-man. And it wasn't anything super fancy. At the 1 yard line, play action, just trusting Cooper to outrun Brown to the corner, and he does.
12th touchdown of the season for Cooper. Mendoza is 10 of 12. Everybody aware of the importance of this opening possession of the second half. And they do what Ohio State was able to do, chip away against Miami. It wasn't enough, and there's a loss. Who is a tough guy, will try to grit it out. 2nd and 12, pressure comes, ball batted down, just rejected by Landino, one of your impact guys who's made a big impact here.
Yeah,
a turnaround quite like this. It's not just the number of wins, it's the things they're achieving.
Over Alabama.
Mendoza on the move, is being chased, but he's going to get away from Big Tim Keenan, get around the corner. Ball knocked to just as he stepped out of bounds. But
making football a priority.
Black just continues to do what he's done all season long. Bounce off people.
It's on him, so he just sees grass and he's taking it.
3rd and 1, looking to throw. Launching to the end zone. Surratt's out there. Touchdown Hoosiers. Pouring it on. "24-yard strike."
You'll see him come into play, a little slant and goes right by the freshman. Ball's thrown right where it needs to be. The offensive line has a heck of a drive. Indiana takes their first possession, and after stopping Alabama's offense, they go right down to extend their lead. They're up 24.
Chris?
Well, this is going to be Austin Mack's ball game for Alabama. They have benched Ty Simpson. This was a coach's decision because of what occurred after this hit in the first half. He received treatment during halftime, but every time he threw the ball, he was grimacing, just did not have the zip on it. They were both warming up before this, and then coach went to Simpson and said, "You're going to need to take a rest." He did go into the injury tent. He came back out, tried to give the rest of his offense a pep talk.
Now, very few meaningful snaps. Simpson's played vast majority, just 13 for 16 as a passer. On the move here, big fella, pump fake after he was beyond the line, Mahomes style, and gets out of bounds at the 39. Mack steps up, slings it downfield. Jeremy Bernard in stride, tight ropes down near the 30. Couldn't quite keep his balance, but And Austin Mack in for Ty Simpson. It's his game from on out, and he finds Cuevas on the sidelines. Nice throw. It's going to be first and goal.
They working that right side again. This time to Cuevas.
And they bring it. Mack stands, delivers. It was behind Brooks, who takes a huge shot after the incompletion by Lewis Moore. 4th down on the board here. Final 3 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Alabama drove it 65 yards. Took more than 5 minutes, though, and the lead is still 21 for the top seed. Challenge for Bama then coming in behind against Oklahoma. They bring pressure here. Mendoza again gets it out. One more completion against the blitz, and that's Nowakowski, the tight end, rambling into Alabama territory, bouncing off people.
A screen there makes it tougher for the safety, Red Morgan, to be able to come over and make a play. And then an unbelievable job by Nowakowski keeping that play alive. Shaking that would-be tackle, picks up a block by Surratt, and down the sidelines he goes. Playing coverage.
Final minute of the quarter, they hurry and run the play up the middle. Look out! Oh, a shoestring tackle as Black almost got away from Hubbard for another touchdown. Picked up 16. 50-50 talent.
That's pretty good.
Black bursting free. Hoosiers punctuate an incredible performance. And we still got 14 minutes to go.
Just a matter of time until one of these backs hit that second level and accelerated through it. Ends up being Kalon Black. They're talented, but what a job with the execution of what they're doing up front. Alabama, when you're getting run on like this, it's body blows. Happened a lot faster than I think anybody expected, but this is not a surprise to him.
Not at all. Mack, he'll be sacked. That's the first sack of this Hoosier defense, and it comes from Mikhail Kamara.
You got a chance to win a lot of games.
To some, that stuff seems corny these days, but it's very real, and it is a huge part of their success. As Mendoza on the run just continues to sling it downfield to Omar Cooper Jr. Hoosiers look hungry here. Doesn't like a pig roast. That was the week after they had beaten Oregon, so here's breaking free. Hemby, his turn to find the end zone. Alabama being humiliated against Indiana
this
team.
Is embarrassing.
They haven't taken a seat. They've been standing the whole game. You brought it up. This is like a soccer crowd.
Yeah.
Ball batted in the air, almost intercepted. It looked like Tyreek Tuffer got a piece of it. Mack, long throw, catch made on the sideline by Bernard, and it's a first down near midfield.
Yeah, big arm, especially that left side.
And they're going to try a reverse flea flicker. Mack finds Williams, who catches it way behind the line, gets a couple blocks. Ryan Williams, look out. He is electric with the ball. That big play coming way too late, but they get it 26 yards down to the 31.
You got to look down.
It's a fourth down play. Mack, hit, and loses the ball as he's sacked for a third time. Boykin has had a couple of those sacks. Still no smile from the coach, but they get the stop.
I think for this program, the fans, they beat Ohio State in Indy. They just
smiled.
He
smiled. I'm sorry to interrupt.
We got to rewind that. They beat Ohio State in Indy for a Big Ten championship, which is huge for them. They show up at the Rose Bowl.
The celebration continues over here.
Yeah, they got people crying. It's incredible. This is great. Good for them. Congrats to Indiana.
The Hoosiers hammer Alabama here in Pasadena and head to the semifinals, the Peach Bowl, for a chance to play in the national championship game.
This is the All-State Sugar Bowl as we welcome you to the Ram Trucks kickoff. An all-Southeastern Conference matchup between the number 6 seed Ole Miss and 3rd seeded Georgia. Kirby Smart won the toss. He elected to defer. He'll get that red-hot defense out on the field first, and Ole Miss will get Trinidad Chambliss and one of the best offenses in the country on the field to start. Peyton Woodring will kick off. Both of these kickers ordinarily kick touchbacks. They're outstanding field goal kickers as well. Isaiah Hartrip is back deep for Ole Miss. And the All-State Sugar Bowl is underway. And Hartrip isn't even going to try it. Kewan Lacey, one of the best running backs in the country, on the field to start with the shoulder injury. They send him out to the right. And now back toward Chambliss, who's on target for an 8-yard gain to Caden Lee.
Contesting those underneath throws.
After the play fake to Lacey, Chambliss, an incomplete pass on a low throw. Pete Golding said job one tonight, jokingly, would be just to make Georgia punt at least once. Birds an Australian. It's an end-over-end punt. Zachariah Branch, dangerous return man. Got yanked down at the 27-yard line. Georgia has fallen behind early in games. They've shown the ability to come back time and time again. Stockton better as it goes along. Off to a good start here. Oscar Delp. Haven't played since that win against Alabama in the SEC title game on December 6th. Stockton dives head first for a first down.
Biggest threat at wide receiver. Combine their receptions, it still doesn't equal Zachariah Branch.
Cash Jones, the running back, on third down. Stockton running out of time, lofts it up for Jones, and it's incomplete. That was Suntarine Perkins who had the coverage. Ordinarily a defensive lineman. Brett Thorson. End over end punt, and they're well positioned to down it inside the 2. Play clock running down. Play clock's at 1. Lacey did well to bounce outside. And he got spun around, took a heavy hit, but got nearly 9. KJ Bolden there. Lacey, one of the 3 finalists for the Doak Walker Award as the best running back in the country. He gets the call again. Bounces outside as a first down and much more. He delivered a stiff arm. It was dueling stiff arms. Chambliss running out of time, swings it out for Diggs. Diggs breaks a tackle and got very near another first down. More than midway through the opening quarter, no score. Chambliss, lots of running room if he wants it. Throws instead, first down. Wallace across midfield. Third down and 9. Probably not in field goal range for Lucas Carnero. Dangerous throw. Batted down. Great break on the ball.
Snipped out from the very beginning. Just perfect eyes. Ride maybe a touch early, but either way, well contested.
They are indoors. He has a big leg. Lucas Carnero, that has all kinds of distance. And good. Coach, he has mentored Connor Stockton for a long time, since he was a very young boy. Stockton gave it to Nate Frazier.
He didn't skip the beat in the SEC title.
He played well against Alabama, making the start. Stockton's pass is batted down. Pressure coming right up the middle from Taj Chambers. Second-rate guy, award winner in school history, the great Drew Butler was the other back in 2009. Drew went on to a career in the NFL. He got a chance to play in that game because Simmons hurt his ankle, and it's been Chambliss the starter since. Facing pressure right in his face, got it off, and a nice catch by Wallace. Trey Wallace to the 44-yard line of Georgia. Recruited by Lane Kiffin out of high school. When he told Kiffin he was going to Missouri, Kiffin said, "I'll see you next year." Here's a long throw, and it's batted away. Very well played by Ellis Robinson, the 4th. Played much better. He had coverage on Deuce Alexander.
Might have gotten away with that right hand, grabbing the jersey just a little bit. Pretty well thrown ball there by Trinidad Chambliss.
Chambliss is 8 out of 13 for 65 yards. Quick pass, batted up in the air, and it falls incomplete. Knocked down again by Quintavious Johnson. Then made field goal, tied Jonathan Nichols' mark for field goals made in a season for Ole Miss. Nichols did it in 2003. This is from 56 yards. My goodness. I mean, these would be good from 70.
Every bit of it. Is there wind going right to left? in the dome here.
Nate Frazier deep behind Gunnar Stockton. Frazier accelerates and bangs ahead for a first down to the 38. Dylan Bell went in motion. Play fake to Chauncey Bowens. Stockton, three-quarter throw. Colby Young, a diving catch.
How about Gunnar Stockton taking a little page out of Matthew Stafford's playbook, throwing a round dottery in the extension of Young. Unbelievably strong hands to reel that in.
Golding communicates into his helmet. Nate Frazier on 2nd and 4, rips through, first down inside the 30.
It's hard to hit a moving target, so these run stunts have to be executed properly.
Here's Frazier again, a long way running before he has contact, and then he delivers some blows at the end of the run. Stockton after the pump fake, inside the 5, into the end zone for a touchdown.
If you don't like the throw, just run where your running back's supposed to go. That's exactly what he does here. Follows Freeling into the end zone. And the Dogs take a 1-point lead.
And a lot of coaching still to come. Chambliss handled a high snap, throws a deep ball. It is caught. Dejon Stribling won the one-on-one with Dalen Everett. Wow. First and goal from the 8. Wright trying to lead the way for a quarterback draw. Chambliss down at the 3. Lacey goes out. Georgia brings a blitz. Chambliss end zone. Touchdown. Luke Hess, a tight end.
To account everything moving forward. And the touchdown was a thing of beauty. It was pretty well defended by Georgia. You could see Daquan Wright sliding into the flat, but there was a defender there in DeMello Jones ready to pounce. So he has to go to number 2 and throws a perfect strike to Haas right between the 2 defenders. That was really well executed on the sprint right option by Trinidad Chambliss.
They're going to go for 2. Interesting decision this early in the game. Chambliss looked like a designed run. He had nowhere to go. Cash Jones in on 3rd down, as he often is. They hand it to him. He turns the corner. Looked like they might have gotten a piece of his face mask as he went around the corners. His head snapped back a bit. No flags. On 3rd and 13, they hope for run after the catch by Branch, and they get it. Looked like he was going down for a loss. Instead, he's in Rebel territory. Tying Bryce Hunter's single-season Georgia record, established in 1993. Swing pass, Frazier, a lot of running room and blockers. Nate Frazier knocked out of bounds near the 25. Gunnar Stockton after the play fake toward the end zone into a crowd and incomplete. Jones back in at running back. Stockton sidestepped the rush. He got blasted as he got it to Cash Jones. Cash Jones down at the 1-yard line. Now he punches it in for the touchdown. No after effects of that big hit. And he is all kinds of fired up. Said it's a dream come true to coach in a college football playoff, especially against Georgia and defensive minds like Kirby Smart. There's a fumble picked up by Dalen Everett. Touchdown, Georgia.
The hurt left shoulder. He's got the ball in his left hand, and maybe that plays a role. It pops out. Everett's there to scoop it. And he's out the gate. It was the Dogs that made the mistake before the end of half last year against Notre Dame. Right now, the Rebels are in a hole.
Chambliss dropped. Daquan Wright, the tight end. That would have been a big play. Trey Wallace back for the punt. Forcing a bomb. Wallace a fair catch at the 26. They need 3 yards to get into Carnero's field goal range. Chambliss throws, caught, and then a big hit up high. Caden Lee bounces right back up. A flag is thrown on Ja'Cory Thomas. So you're saying it's targeting?
So I think it is targeting, yes.
Yeah, I think the big thing is, do you have the indicator? And that's the thrust. Right there, you see the thrust. And it's difficult there because Caden Lee's kind of being pulled down to the ground. So that's what they have to determine, because he's defenseless. So you need to have the thrust or the forcible contact to the head or neck area.
Targeting. Number 20 is disqualified from the ball game. First down and 10.
Chambliss is 16 out of 27 for 152, but hurt by some drops. Logan Diggs, the running back, he stayed in the block. They're running in the field of play. They don't get the first down, and they can't spike it because it's fourth down. So they're trying to run the field goal on this. Is a disaster. Terrible clock management. First half, they have their third down back, Cash Jones, out there. Design run for Stockton, and he got ripped down by Will Eccles. Chambliss 17 out of 28 for 160 and a touchdown in the half. Had those 4 drops. Back shoulder throw and a good catch made by Dejon Stribling. They went for it a lot on fourth down under Lane Kiffin over the last few years. It is a direct snap, and it got stuffed. Kewan Lacey driven back, and Georgia takes over on downs. He has plenty of leg. And just as we say that, that drifts weakly off to the right. Diggs, the running back. Deep drop by Chambliss. He's looking deep down the field and has his man. Spinning away is Trey Wallace inside the 10.
And it's all made possible by Logan Diggs. Senior running back. He's going against one of the best linebackers in college football, C.J. Allen, on the blitz. He stones him, gives Chambliss plenty of time to find Wallace on the in-breaking route.
Lacey and a running back. Deuce Alexander, the motion man. Lacey has the corner and a touchdown.
Might have gotten away with a bit of a hold. He's capturing the edge. He's against Rashawn Dinkins, and as Lacey breaks to the outside, you see the right hand grab the jersey, and that's what allows Lacey to spring, and that's why Kirby was beside himself, because he saw the jersey get pulled and was trying to get the referee's attention.
Perhaps tight ends who were so effective in the first meeting. Stockton pass batted down, ricocheted back toward the quarterback. It was Will Eccles.
And that was a great job by Eccles. A little twist inside. Harris eats it up. Eccles floats over the top, gets right in the throwing lane. And good luck throwing it around 6'3", 320. Hits him right in the face mask, almost secured.
Thorson, they run a fake. They're running a fake. Cash Jones handed it off, and they execute on the pass to Lawson Luckey. North Oconee High School with an enormous play under a lot of pressure. Stockton gets hit as he throws. He got it off to Young, and he's upended inside the 25. First completion of the second half.
And another incredible job by Stockton, forcing the defender's hand, waiting to the last possible second to get rid of it. No, I mean, a big shot to the midsection, though. I mean, just totally putting it up for grabs. You know that.
Force is a 37-yard try by Woodring. These are almost gimmies for these two kickers. It was Everett who put pressure on it. It's Everett blitzing again off the corner. Chambliss retreating back near his own goal line. Picks up a block. Here we go again. Lacey, the catch, survives a big hit and gets the first down. 1 minute into the fourth quarter of this college football playoff quarterfinal. Chambliss again on the run down the field. Harrison Wallace the third. Georgia taking its time, completing the substitution. The play clock's running down. The Ole Miss fans are booing. Cheryl Chambliss looking on. They need to snap it. They just did. Kewan Lacey picks his way down to the 10. Winner to the semifinal to take on Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. Kewan Lacey lunges for the goal line. Touchdown! Break the play to the goal line before he went down. He did. He's up well across the goal line. What a drive. Now it makes sense to go for two to try to make it a 3-score lead. Logan Diggs shifted out. Chambliss with pressure coming. Back of the end zone. Caught for two. Trey Wallace.
What a drive. What a play. And what anticipation on the 2-point conversion. Chambliss and the Rebs have life.
It's your turn, Gunnar Stockton. Under duress immediately. He escapes again. My goodness. Stockton is out there. They do snap it. And he's under pressure. And sacked. And the ball has come out. Sunterian Perkins.
He's still in his stance, and Perkins is right past him. I don't know if he thought they were going hard count or what, but there was some type of miscommunication. The left side of the line doesn't budge. Perkins is unblocked, and Stockton can do absolutely nothing with it.
I agree with you. 12 consecutive completions for Chambliss. Going for 13. He has it, and another touchdown. Harrison Wallace having the night of his life.
Normally you would just hand it off in this situation. Instead, Chambliss says, I'm feeling it. I got one-on-one. You cannot cover this back shoulder. I'm going to put on my wideout. And he's exactly right, because DeMello Jones is in a perfect spot. It doesn't matter. The throw is so accurate. It's right to the chest. And the AT&T Connected Cam shows you Harrison Wallace.
So now Stockton and the Dogs really up against it. He's going deep. Single coverage out there. Lots of collisions. And a flag is thrown. Stockton's 12 for 21 for 150. Frazier threw a hole on the right side. And another first down. 9 down with 17 unanswered points in the fourth quarter of the regular season win against Ole Miss. Throwing deep down the field again. Wide open receiver. Jacoby White-Helton. Including Branch, who goes in motion. Chauncey Bowens, the running back. Pressure up the middle. Picked up. Stockton to the end zone. And it is caught for a touchdown. Zachariah Branch. More fourth quarter magic.
Are you not entertained? Unbelievable throw and drive. The Dogs are back in it. Branch, maybe a tight little bit of a push-off, but a great catch to make it a 3-point game.
6.5 to go. Awkward timing of the snap. Lacey. Chambliss hollering at the officials for a face mask. Lacey got spun around. There is no flag. Made the tackle.
Yeah, and I understand. I mean, it looked to me pretty clear, like it was grabbed bad there by the left hand of Ajanye.
That's a huge miss. Chambliss has it batted down. Jonah Ajanye again. So that ends Chambliss's streak of 13 straight completions. Oscar Bird, short punt, hoping for some yardage on the bounce. Here's Zachariah Branch trying to get outside. He turned the corner but didn't get much thereafter. Nate Frazier. So many standouts tonight on both sides. He's one of them. 1 for 2 on fourth down. The one conversion was the fake punt. Biggest play of the year for these two teams so far. Stockton has Branch at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 20. Hoping for run after the catch from Branch with some blockers. Stumbles down to the 35. That's field goal range at the very least with an 11-yard pickup. Gunnar Stockton running out of time. Deep down the sideline and incomplete. They throw a flag. Lost Dawson Lucky, the intended receiver. It's the transfer from Washington State.
I think it's the correct call, too. It's right here, really, more than that. This is where he walls the receiver off, never really turns around, tries to make a play, but the collision with Lucky to distance him from the ball is what results in the flag.
Matt Austin agrees. It's a huge call. Stockton faked the swing pass, lobs it up for Colby Young. There's another flag down. Gushikin had the coverage again.
Oh, the pump to Branch. They don't bite on it. Gushikin does take a step, but that's the hold right there. The right arm against Colby Young, who's releasing behind him, but probably a good penalty.
1:13 to go. Stockton, design run. Down inside the 3-yard line. Making sure he understands. Stockton handed it off to Bowens, and he got dumped by Suntarian Perkins. Delp in motion. Stockton fires to the back of the end zone, broken up. Wydent Williams Jr. From 24 yards, he's made 36 of his last 40. He's the most accurate kicker in school history by a mile, and that one is dead center. 4 receivers, 3 to the left. Now Wright goes in motion. Conservative start. Lacey up the middle to the 30-yard line. Down 5. And now you have to be careful of your Ole Miss. You don't convert. Georgia has timeouts and a strong-legged kicker. Chambliss lobbing it up behind the defense. Dejan Stribling tackled from behind by DeMello Jones at the 30. What a call by Charlie Weiss. 40 yards. They're in field goal range now for Carnero. Trying to avoid the fire drill that ended the first half. Chambliss threw it into harm's way, and the crowd oohs and ahs as Everett went eyeing another takeaway.
So close here. Everett, knowing they're going to try to work the boundary, make the field goal a little easier. The throw was late and inside.
To give them the lead and likely send them on to the semifinal. "47 yards. And it is good! Right down the middle!
Perfect snap, perfect hold, and never a doubt from Carnero.
What a night he has had. What a season he's had. His 27th field goal of the year. That's the single season school record. He has scored the most points in a season in Ole Miss history. Kirby Smart won all the close ones in the regular season. Trinidad Chambliss. What a night he's had. The stars are many for the Rebels. A program that stayed together when it could have fallen apart. Landon Roldan, they're going to try to run some trick plays. That's a free ball. Bounding toward the sideline. The game is over. Officials signaling a safety on the last play of the game. That doesn't matter. Ole Miss is on to the college football playoff semifinal. Officials are checking the clock. They're going to have to get the stage off the field if they put time back on it. Just hoping for a miracle. Clock bounding toward the pylon. It hits the pylon. It was ruled a safety. That might matter to some.
After review, the ruling of a field of a safety is confirmed. There'll be 2 points awarded to Ole Miss. The ball hit the pylon and there was 1 second remaining on the game clock.
Oh boy.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 second. It'll be a free kick from the 20-yard line.
Stage people are not happy as they have to drive the stage off the field. There's a squibber. Cass Jones is on it. And the 1 second didn't come off the clock. Pete Golding gets the Gatorade bath. Now the time has expired. It's the Golding era of Ole Miss football. They're 2-0. Referee talking to the Ole Miss coaches who are now not pleased at all, Golding and Joe Judge. And they're going to go back to the monitor. Matt, this is feeling like an excruciating ending to a classic game. Does common sense need to prevail here?
Well, yes, but we do have rules we have to follow. If the ball is recovered legally after it goes 10 yards by a grounded player, then the clock does not run.
Okay.
So as Greg talked about, if you muff it, yes, then the second would run off. But if you don't, if you just fall on it, then there's no time off.
So that means that Georgia will have an opportunity to go maybe take a shot here, that was a big mistake by Ole Miss. You just got to go slap the ball, hit the ball, and the game's over. Instead, they waited and allowed Georgia to recover it with Cass Jones laying down on the field.
This would be the all-time miracle of miracles. And of course, now, if you're Ole Miss, you're also concerned with a defensive penalty. So there's a chance, and a much better one than a moment ago. Stockton. The Georgia receivers really aren't moving. Very few people are moving. They're going to try to lateral it many times. Cass Jones. Lawson Lucky at the 35. Back for Jones. For Colby Young. They've gone backwards to the 30. Now Lucky at his own 26. Flag thrown. Cass Jones. Up for grabs for Young. He's trying to get rid of it and does. And they take Stockton to the ground to end it. Perkins and Andrew Jones. There is a flag down. It's against Georgia. This one is finally over.
Welcome to Glendale, Arizona, and the CFP semifinal at the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. This is the Ram Trucks kickoff. A collision of two great stories. The resilient Rebels and Hurricanes have defied the odds. They've earned their spot in the desert to punch their ticket to the tropics in the national championship game in Miami a week from Monday.
Got Edgerrin James and Ray Lewis down there.
Legends all over the place.
Yeah.
Miami.
Yep.
And a few on the Ole Miss side as well, as we're about to see. Honorary captains Eli Manning, Patrick Willis jogging to midfield now. Spot in the championship game on the line here in the desert tonight. Sit back and enjoy. Davis boots it deep into the end zone, and the Rebels will begin from the 25-yard line. And they bring it. Chambliss backpedaling, flips it in desperation to the bench. Didn't get the ball to the line of scrimmage, but a heavy blitz. Mohamed Toure came right up the gut.
Up right here, and because the back steps up, whichever one he steps to pick up drops. He's able, actually, Toure's able to get around him on the backside. You see the pressure there from Ruben Bain as well.
They call
offense number 6. It's outside the pocket. The pass did not get to the line of scrimmage. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. 4th down.
Yeah, that line of scrimmage is about the 31, and here's Toure.
Fletcher, the junior from Fort Lauderdale, has the hot hand. This is a priority. Get the ball on the edge. Keenan Marion makes the catch, and the Canes a quick first down. 3 receivers bunched to the left. 3-man rush. Beck steps up. He can take off, doesn't run often, but gets north and south when he needs to. He's stopped by T.J. Daughtry a couple yards short of the marker. Fletcher running up the middle. Initial contact was before the marker, but he's going to fight forward. They do a great job of pushing the runners forward. It's a first down. Malachi Toney, they call it the Mally Cat. He can run or throw off these, running all the way. Rebels all over him, and they spin him down for a loss. Cam Franklin.
You saw, Chris, the fact that Malachi Toney is here, he's able to set the edge, get off of this block, keep his outside arm free to be able to bring down an electrifying potential play at Toney. See both guys able to penetrate. Harris 51.
Tough day in the wind at College Station, but only missed 2 field goal attempts other than that all season long. 3 and out with a third down sack in their first series. Get the ball quickly to Kewan Lacey, who bounced off a hit. He's tough to tackle. Xavier Lucas finally does grab him, picks up about 3. Fake to Brown, back looking down the middle, and Toney takes a shot, but makes the catch. A flag flies as Nick Cull hit him hard. Toney heading for the sidelines. They may be looking at targeting here.
Personal foul, targeting, defense, number 19. The play will be under further review.
Your targeting rules protect the tackler as well as the man being tackled. And
correction, number 29.
Chris, watch the linebacker here. Daughtry fake, gets him up. He tries to recover into the back end, but because he reacted so quickly, he had a hard time. There he is, 6 trying to get back. So nice job of squeezing that in there, and then bang, helmet to helmet right there by Cole hitting Toney.
Early rep for Bill LeMonnier, our rules expert here. Bill, your quick take on this one?
Definitely defenseless player. Strong hit to the head neck area. This shouldn't take long.
After review, there is no foul for targeting on the play. The result of the play is a first down.
C.J. Daniels comes across in motion. Fletcher has to cut back, or excuse me, Brown has to cut back. A flag comes out. Marty Brown still running to the 30. That flag was thrown in an area where you'd suggest it'd be holding.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a holding on 87.
Holding. Offense, number 87. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Play clock running down. Got to hurry. Just gets it off, and they're going to run it right into the teeth of that defense. Fletcher gets nothing, so penalties undo that Hurricanes drive. 2nd and 3 after the penalty. Lacey up the middle. Kewan Lacey's in the clear. It's a foot race. The Hurricanes cannot run him down. A lightning strike for Ole Miss. 73 yards. Suddenly has the lead.
And watch the combination block here. 51's able to work up to the linebacker. It just opens up perfectly. And I tell you, because of the formation, they went trips into the boundary. They're on the right hash. It affected the defensive alignment. They only had 1 middle linebacker there. Instead of usually they have 2 lined up. So 1 guy in the middle trying to handle that, and Bassett, 31, just took an angle where it made it easy for Lacey to outmaneuver him, and then it was a foot race between him and the safeties. So give Charlie Wise Jr. a lot of credit. There's one thing about the execution, but I think the formation into the boundary got Miami's alignment more into that boundary.
Protection is there. Ball across the middle. Catch made. Shot delivered. But holding on is Elijah.
That freshman receiver to get his hands up.
3rd and 7. Pressure comes. It's picked up. Toney, after the catch, escapes. Malachi Toney showing the strength to go along with that speed. Really earns a first down. Set up at the 13. Toney being looked at on the sidelines again. Fletcher back in the game. And Mark Fletcher just bulldozes forward. That's been the pattern on these first down runs. There's an offensive lineman in the backfield as a lead blocker. Reaching for the end zone is Marty Brown, and Miami goes back on top, flexing.
And they're going to take a look to make sure that his knee doesn't touch. I think he's good. He stays airborne. Definitely a touchdown for Miami.
Landed on top of Olafatalu, he was a guy that here comes Lucas Carnero, who's just been super clutch. Big part of that victory against Georgia. Obviously had the game winner, but had 2 long-range field goals early. Back, long throw, easy pitch and catch as Marion has become a weapon. Lots of focus on Tony and Daniels, and numbers done very well in that game. He needs to be sharper tonight. Here's one of those 2nd downs and 6. Beck feeling some late pressure, launching downfield, wide open is Marion. Another bust. And Miami back on top, 52 yards.
I want you to watch the safety because he gets caught up with his eyes in the wrong spot. You said it was a bust. See how he comes down to help out on the tight end? Well, when he does that, now you got a problem. Nobody's protecting the backside in the middle of the defense. Nobody's there. So it's a busting coverage. The safety comes down to help out on that tight end, but nobody's protecting the middle of the field. You see Marion, he wasn't the primary receiver, but Carson Beck does a good job as he rolled to his right, looking back, found him, and then makes an easy throw for the touchdown. It's just a matter of locating the bust by that Ole Miss defense on the back end.
Yet no tackle or no targets for Stribling. There's a direct snap to Diggs here, and he didn't get it.
85 trying to come down and help out. Both the middle linebackers are able to get downhill. Chase Smith and Bissaint.
They haven't gotten close to sacking him yet. And until right there, right on cue, Princewell Umanmielen came looping around.
And I think the linebacker blitz really impacts the communication. See one right there working to the inside. Both offensive linemen.
Chambliss looking to the right and launching across the middle, and the catch is made. And it's Wallace, 1st down. Clock will stop momentarily at the 42. As good a long-distance kicker as there is in college football. Chambliss, another throw, and there's a pitch to Caden Lee, who's playing banged up tonight.
Got to clock it here. He's right about that.
Officially, this is a 58-yarder. Carnero steps into it and drives it right through. Are you kidding me? What a weapon this guy is. It is a pass to Tony, and Tony works free. Malachi Tony takes a short play into an explosive gain. 1st down and much more.
So Ole Miss adjustment, bring pressure on 3rd down. Remember, they've been rushing 3 and dropping 8. Now they blitz, and because he gets it out, you get it to Malachi Tony. Man-to-man on the back end, couple linemen in front of him. That is an easy conversion here for Miami.
Did Markel Bell, a 345-pound tackle out there in space.
Yeah, 6'9".
It's a big human in space. Fake it, and a downfield shot. Launching for C.J. Daniels, broken up. It's Tony in motion. They hand it off to Fletcher, and Fletcher just muscling, getting help from those big guys. He's still going. When will they stop the pile? It's down inside the 35.
Well, that's a heck of a job, obviously, by the front of the offensive line.
To extend the lead, back to 7. This one is right and stays right. So Davis, who struggled in the win at College Station, normally solid. There is Lacey Laura, first offensive snap. They fake it to him, pitch to the edge, and a catch made. Dejon Stribling, the back shoulder fade, beat Xavier Lucas, his first catch tonight.
And a good job there because they got blitzed by the safety, Jacoby Thomas. Good job by Chambliss, feeling that nobody was there to pick him up, but he put it right on the money under that duress.
21-yard strike, pressure picked up again. Big hit, catch made over the middle. That's Caden Lee, who took some shots against Georgia, had to come out of that game. Jacoby Thomas on the hit there.
Thomas on the blitz, this time Thomas on the hit. And how about the catch and holding on to that football despite taking that big hit?
He comes across in motion, and oh my goodness, almost another pick. Jacoby Thomas had it in his hands. Chambliss has been lucky twice tonight to avoid a pick. And here comes Carnero from distance, 52, and it's going to doink off the upright. A rare miss from 52. Each solid kicker has missed early in the 3rd quarter, and the lead is still 4.
No foregone conclusions, obviously, in these games. I mean, as good as he has been, he hit it clean. I thought it was going to go up and over the upright instead. Doink.
That's almost more than a doink. That's a clunk off there. Yeah. No foregone conclusions is right. These are playoff games. Odd things happen. Static on the brain sometimes.
But here we are in third down.
Centurion Perkins comes in the game. Left side of the defense trying to harass Beck, who will have to step up, escape the pocket. Tony's out there blocking for him. And the little guy on the edge, who's a big blocker, gets back first down yardage for 8.
And again, remember we talked about the movement, the twist game that they like to do? Watch 5 right here in the middle. Cam Franklin on the over that right tackle. He twists. Now he takes himself out of position. Now that defensive back on Malachi Tony's in no man's land.
Beck has time, steps up, long way to run this time. He takes off, and he's brought down at the 30. And they just run it right up the middle, and it's Brown again converting. The scrum pushes the ball down near the 20. 3rd and 12 now. Beck looks across the middle, batted in the air, and intercepted. Ball batted up in the air and picked off by Kapena Gushikin. First turnover tonight. And that's the second he's thrown in the last 7 games.
Yeah, and this one's really not on him. Cam Franklin, the big defensive end, 6'5", does a heck of a job of timing up when to get his hands up in the air. Watch 5 right here. Watch the job he does. He's lined up, trying to get off of that block. Hands get up in the air to be able to knock that ball into the air, and there's the turnover.
Man from Maui makes the takeaway from the shores of Haleakala, the volcano there. Taken from Wazoo. On the move, Chambliss across the middle, and the catch is made. Big shot delivered, and it's moving across the 30. Stribling. He's been in there, but only as a decoy. They fake it to him again. Chambliss steps up, launches downfield. It's Wallace, and it's almost intercepted. The Canes drop another pick. Lucas got a hand on it. Ethan O'Connor couldn't collect it.
Well, they take a shot, and Chambliss had time to be able to make this happen. And it really, it took the backside to be able to come over from Xavier Lucas. 6 right there. He makes the play on the football. Of course, it would have been nice for O'Connor to be able to come up with that, but what an effort from the backside by Xavier Lucas to come all the way over to come up and get his hands on that football.
We see him why a lot of these good, fast athletes play defensive back, not receiver, right? Drop picks from both sides. Climbing the ladder and dribbling to make the catch. It's a first down out near the 45.
Easy, quick throw for a first down.
Again, they fake it to Lacey on the move. Long sideline pitch. Reaching up, making a catch, and keeping a toe in is Deuce Alexander. 7 more, his first catch.
Chambliss is a shortstop in his background, a point guard in his background. I think more and more with the style of play we see in college and NFL football, guys that have that background and play this quarterback spot because of the movement, the quick release, seeing the field. That time he looked like a shortstop turning 2, making that throw.
Chambliss pitches to Lee, and Lee. He's got some rhythm now, Chambliss. He narrowly is avoiding interceptions, but when he's throwing them to his guys, they're moving the ball. Chambliss scrambling, and he'll be dragged down at the line of scrimmage. That was Armando Blunt, who just missed from 52 off the left upright. Tries this one from 54 to make it a 1-point lead. And he's done it again. Are you kidding me? This bank shot goes in. Can you believe that? 2 doinks. One stays out, one goes through, and it's 17-16.
Chris, if we gave him 20 shots to try to hit an upright, I don't know if he intentionally could do it.
From 50 plus.
Right, but he's hit 2 in a row. This one catches the inside of that upright and goes through.
I'm loving the microphone on that goalpost, by the way.
Very crystal clear.
So we have a 1-point game. 22 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Beating Fletcher running right. Mark Fletcher can have a way of regaining momentum for the football team. Around right edge, blocked from Bowman, and it's a first down.
Somehow with all that.
That's Tony in motion, backwards pass, in space, look out. They moved him back, which is kind of clever because it gave Tony kind of a running start before he got near the defender.
Typically in this fourth quarter.
Back, pressure picked up, and he'll go down for a second time. Son Terry and Perkins came flying in off the edge. This 3rd and 16. Got to get inside the Ole Miss 40. Beck, he'll be sacked again. Goes down for a 4th time. Coverage sack. Will Eccles got home.
First carry, he gets the first down.
Fresh set of downs. Chambliss from the pocket launches downfield, going up and making the catch for a first down. Daquan Wright, the tight end. Kane showing blitz again. They bring it. Chambliss hit as he throws. Complete across the middle. Standing and delivering to Caden Lee, who took a big shot. Flag down where the tackle was made.
Chris, Keontae Scott, who's been blitzing all season long and getting home, he's the guy who hits him right as he throws the football. Somehow he blocked that out, kept his focus downfield, and makes an accurate throw.
Scott arrives in a hurry.
Personal foul. Targeting. Defense number 6. The play will be under further review.
This time, is that a launch, Bill? What are your thoughts on this hit by Lucas?
You do have a launch, and I'd still consider him a defenseless player because he's going to the ground and he hasn't completed the process.
How is it different than the first one?
Different from the first one is that there was no launch, there was no upward thrust.
After review, the ruling of targeting is upheld. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Number 6 is disqualified for the remainder of the contest.
So Lucas has been a solid corner this year, out of the game.
He's played great tonight, too.
Lacey up the right side as a gap. Kewan Lacey has come back after halftime with that hamstring treated. A flag comes in at the end of the play.
Miami came in there late into the pile. It's going to be on the Canes again. I think this one's on 11, David Blay.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, defense number 11. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Miami's come completely unraveled with these mental mistakes.
Yeah, they really have. Back-to-back penalties. Well, from our right, you'll see 11 come in right there. Plays dead. An easy call for the official. Just can't make those mental mistakes, obviously.
Chambliss in the flat, it's dropped. Big difference. That was a 4-point play, that drop. Carnero puts Ole Miss on top, though. 19-17. What a drive. 13 plays, 86 yards. Play fake on first down. Launching downfield. And fighting back to make a catch is Marion. Flags fly in. He was interfered with. Did they rule it incomplete? It was Chris Graves, who has been involved a lot in physical coverage. Obvious flag that time.
Pass interference. Defense, number 32. 15-yard penalty. First down.
But Beck was going there all along. He had press coverage, loves to match up against Graves, believes that Marion can beat him. There's a little tug there, another little tug. Graves is way out of phase, never locates the football. And in NFL football, that's a spot foul. In college football, it's 15 yards. So he probably does the right thing, just grabbing on there. He had no idea where he was on the field.
Back in the game, Fletcher out as Tony comes in motion. They get it to him. Tony has space. Malachi Tony still running. Touchdown, Miami. Electric with the ball in his hands.
And he's going to start right here, and you'll see him go in motion. I thought you might see Ole Miss respond. You see the hand gesture from the safety, but nobody's able to come up and take that space away. And look at the offensive line working in unison, trying to create that wall. He does a good job getting behind that wall, and now it's just him being a natural athlete. It's a guy that reclassified, should be a senior in high school. That's how young this guy is, but is so mature beyond his years. has such poise, such a team guy. How fitting for him to make this play. And a good job of the big fellas up front getting out in front of him to be able to make him do what he does so well, and that's just be a natural with the ball in his hands. See what he does here against Miami, down 5.
Somehow Akeem Mesidor is back on the field, trying to rush the passer, but wide open downfield is Daquan Wright. In a dime from Chambliss, picks up 21.
That's the same throw he made a little bit earlier.
4-man rush. Sideline pitch in a battle for the ball. It's incomplete. Stribling went up. Jabor Antoine battled him. Pressure comes again. Chambliss escapes and runs forward for a first down and more. Trinidad Chambliss. Again, the Canes bring pressure. Chambliss delivers. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Daquan Wright. Chambliss on the move, scanning, end zone, caught! 2-point conversion by Caleb Odom. Little pass to Tony, but he did all the work after that. Sideline route, catch made. Again, looking for Keelan Marion. It's Fletcher up the middle. Fletcher fights forward for a first down to the 37. Will the Rebels bring some pressure? They back out. Beck looks near sideline. Daniels makes the catch. Lunges near the marker.
Beyond the first down marker, I think he caught the ball close to already having the first down. He does give you the extra effort there with that lunge, but I think the catch initially, in that effort there for sure gets that.
They are in field goal range. It's a long distance one. 4-man rush. Back across the middle. Caught! First down. Keelan Marion stepping up and making a massive contribution tonight. Picked up 17.
Chris, watch the attention by the linebackers on Malachi Tony. He's trying to just go in there and then pull him out. Opens up that lane right there, and Carson Beck throws an absolute laser in there for that conversion to Marion. Didn't even blink.
Bang. Now we see well within range for Davis. Plenty of time across the middle. Catch made and spun down at the 8-yard line is Marion again. 3 receivers bunch to the left. Beck is looking that way. And still looking. Takes off running. Carson Beck with his legs.
And then here, doesn't force it. Sees that they're in man-to-man. Nobody there to account for Carson Beck. And able to go to the left side, walk into the end zone, right to his fan base for this touchdown.
Don't think he could believe he had that much space. Hadn't had a rushing touchdown, Kirk, since week 3 against South Florida and a romp over the Bulls. Pete Golding, his defense out there, battled all night, but you said the body blows. That was the 88th play Miami has run tonight. Can he produce an Ole Miss miracle? Pressure comes, delivers across the middle, and the catch is made. Out near midfield is Caden Lee. Chambliss steps up and fires across the middle. Catch is made.
Now they're going to timeout.
Dribbling at the 35, down to 5 seconds. Very different look on defense from before the timeout. You're right. Chambliss connects the snap, backpedals, launches to the end zone. Broken up, and the Miami Hurricanes head home to play for a championship.
A standing room only crowd of more than 71,000, most of them clad in cream and crimson, filing into Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta for tonight's college football semifinal. An all Big Ten affair, the number 5 seed, the Oregon Ducks taking on the top-seeded Indiana Hoosiers. De'Aaron Hill Jr. is the running back. The quick pass is intercepted. It's going to be run in for an Indiana touchdown. D'Angelo Pons on the first play of the game.
And a big mistake here early by Dante Moore. Look at D'Angelo Pons. Got outside leverage of an outbreaking route, and his eyes are in the backfield the whole way. The ball's thrown slightly inside, Pons grabs it and takes it to the house. The vision defense that Indiana will play throughout this game make it very difficult to take those free access completions. And Pons, who is a lockdown corner into the boundary, will make you pay every single time.
Dan Lanning likes to go for it a lot on 4th down. He's not going to have to make that decision. Malik Benson, the run after the catch. Down to the 40-yard line. D'Angelo Pons, the stop.
And this is a very aggressive group. You see overload, 4 guys coming on the left side of the center. 1 guy drops out. It's a simulated pressure, and Brian Haynes does that over and over again. They try to mess with your rules from a protection standpoint. You're probably going to have a lot of free hitters. The quarterback, though, can beat it with quick throws. He does it to Benson.
Fisher's the leader. Dante Moore said he was troubled in the regular season game, that Fisher kept hollering out what play was coming. Moore over the middle, caught, first down. Good throw to Jay Harris. Play action pass, design roll out, Sadiq the catch, and it's another Oregon first down. Out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Sadiq has 8 touchdown catches, which leads all FBS tight ends.
It is their first.
Timeout by Indiana. They're on their heels. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down on the drive. A pocket again to the end zone. Touchdown! Jamari Johnson! Seven minutes and 38 seconds, and Moore 5 out of 8 on the drive for 50.
And how about the guts and maturity and poise displayed by the 20-year-old Dante Moore, who after the disappointment early answers back.
Hemby is the running back. He'll split time with Kalon Black. Plenty of time. Mendoza, another back shoulder throw and a catch in traffic.
And the timing is so incredible, and the precision and strength of Surratt to work through the contact of the defender, flip at the last second. This is well covered, this is well defended, but guess what? On a perfectly timed back shoulder, you can't stop.
Not as dramatic as the moves were in Eugene. On 3rd down and 4, he's on target, caught the tight end, Riley Nowakowski. Taken across the boundary by Bryce Betcher, the linebacker, Oregon's leading tackler. 8th play of the drive. Hemby rips through the middle of the defense. First down, Hoosiers. Inside the 18-yard line, he got 11. Washington's a terrific player. He's 330 pounds. Hemby turns the corner, has a lead blocker inside the 5 and out of bounds. They're going to mark him out at the 7. He's at the left end of the offensive line. Mendoza, end zone, caught! Touchdown! Omar Cooper!
And I just love this design. You see the inside leverage, which you're going to beat with an out-breaking route every time. Usually, it's Surratt on the outside on the back shoulder this part of the field. Instead, this time, they go with a slot formation. They get Cooper lined up against a safety and Aaron Flowers, and you don't have a lot of room as a quarterback.
They had a very tough time on 3rd down against Texas Tech. And that continues. Jay Harris driven back by Mikhail Kamara with help from Isaiah Jones. He told us yesterday, graduated in 3 years, very proud that he came out of the Haas School of Business in Berkeley with a degree. He told us it's the 2nd-rated undergraduate business school in the country behind Penn. We looked it up and he wasn't lying. Here's that running ability we talked about earlier. First down and much more. Finally shoved out of bounds by Aaron Flowers at the 41.
Well, it's really, really well done because it's a pressure up the middle. It's really well defended and blocked by Black, who picks it up. And the only guy that sees Mendoza take off is Washington. And at 330 pounds, he's really fast, but he's not as fast as Mendoza. So athletic in the open field.
He walked onto the football team, had to give up a partial baseball scholarship and paid his own way for 2.5 years. Now he might have to decide. His dad is here tonight. He might have to decide for pro career with football or baseball, because he's going to be drafted in the NFL. Mendoza, the ball is loose. It got ripped up by Nasir Wyatt back in the hands of Mendoza, and Wyatt gets there again. A loss of 20. Likely to be the top 2 picks if Moore goes into the NFL draft. He hasn't made up that decision yet. The ball slips out of his hand as he wound up to throw. And Indiana has it inside the 5. Mario Landino came up with the ball for the Hoosiers. Or might have collided with De'Aaron Hill as he wound up to fire.
That's exactly what happened, and without Whittington, without Davidson, they have not had a ton of reps with Hill. They have an RPO called. Hill gets too close, and as Moore is pulling it back, it hits the nose of the football against the left shoulder pad, and a massive mistake, but probably could have been avoided with more experienced backfield.
Mendoza with Black, the running back. Black straight ahead, touchdown. Kaylon Black.
With the Indiana Hoosiers, if you give them an inch, they take a mile, and Dante Moore's second mistake, miscommunication with the back, results in a fumble recovered by Landino, and a couple plays later, Black pays it off to give him a 2-score lead.
Harris, the running back, on 2nd and 3. Play action fake. Moore running out of time and gets sacked. Dominique Ratcliffe and Tyreek Tucker. Under 6 minutes to go in the half. 3rd and 12. Moore under pressure again and down at the 31.
Take a backseat to nobody, and it's really across the board. They're phenomenal.
Mendoza, another back shoulder throw to Surratt. They throw a flag. He caught the ball anyway with Theron Johnson all over him. Back shoulder throw is coming, don't you, if you're guarding this guy?
They played it well. I mean, obviously grabs the jersey with the left hand, results in the flag. You cannot cover that. I mean, I don't care what the you cannot play the back shoulder much better.
So Signetti brought him to James Madison in the portal where he excelled. Now he's a Hoosier. Deep throw, Charlie Becker! Touchdown, Indiana!
They can throw it over your head. It's press coverage. Fernando Mendoza knows exactly where he's going. He just has to take care of the safety. His eyes start there to the left. Then his helmet swivels over, which buys just enough time for Thieneman. Can't get over the top, and Becker, the emergence since the Penn State game has been phenomenal. 6'4" with tremendous speed. He's added a deep throw element to what already was a remarkably balanced wide receiver core.
He's very speedy, great size at 6'4", terrific hands. They're going to have to throw it with regularity. He gets hit, lost the ball again. Daniel Ndukwe knocked it out, and it is Indiana ball.
And how about the hit by Ndukwe, who's had to step up in the absence of Stephen Daly. He arrives immediately and makes the play.
Attention to detail is remarkable. Mendoza handled the high snap. And down inside the 10-yard line. Gigantic pro-Indiana crowd, and they're loving every minute of it. Hemby straight ahead. With little resistance, he powers down to the goal line, and he's just short. Hemby's the running back. Mendoza quick pass. Touchdown, Elijah Surratt.
And this ball got out so quickly, and Surratt did such a great job. Is he down right there? Where's the ball?
It's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown.
Not sure there's enough from that look to overturn it. But he knows he's about to get absolutely plastered from a sleep standpoint, but they felt like they had their team prepared.
They both looked exhausted yesterday, understandably so. Good catch by Johnson. trying to give them something to take into the locker room. And it's short. On target, but short. With some emotional stability. Mendoza on target, not a surprise. Elijah Surratt.
The baseball player walking on and becoming a tone setter as they transition to Big Ten. It's amazing.
Mendoza far sideline, another perfect throw and a catch by Becker. Said he hadn't made up his mind, but you got the sense his first love is football. Mendoza pulls it down and scrambles. Spinning around, the ball comes out, and wouldn't you know, Indiana recovers it.
The mobility and just how sneaky it is this time. I thought he might split the safeties. I mean, he makes Washington miss, and he's right through it, tries to spin out of it. It's a good job popping it out. But like always, Indiana does the little things. The offensive line at 310 plus pounds.
And now 5 wide receivers on 3rd down and 5 for Mendoza. To the end zone, wide open receiver and a touchdown. E.J. Williams. Williams, a transfer from Clemson.
And how about the route? How about the throw? How about the separation?
Meanwhile, an injury on the Oregon side. Isaiah World, the left tackle, limped off late in the first half. Fox Crater, redshirt freshman, is in at left tackle. Here's Tierre Hill. One man to beat. He got slowed down enough that the Hoosiers run him down inside the 5-yard line.
Dan Lane has got to be thrilled with the way his offense starts the second half. Creates a big play on the ground. A couple plays later, they pay it off. So a good response by that side of the ball for the Ducks.
Title game against the Hurricanes. Jay Harris, the running back, in the pistol. And down to the goal line. Touchdown. Four receivers to the right, the 3 widest in a bunch. Moore throws it to the other side, single coverage. Jamari Johnson the catch for 2. But Mendoza would have to fight for Hoover, likely to be the backup again. Fernando, incomplete pass, time to put in the younger brother, that's it. Might see Alberto tonight. He got in late against Alabama. Mitch McCarthy. Of course. Second punt of the night, hits at the 5 and stops. Dante Moore is 9 out of 14 for 112. A touchdown and an interception for a pick 6. He's throwing a deep bomb, and it is caught. Jeremiah McClellan. If you're a Hoosier fan.
And he had to fight through a lot of contact, too. I mean, that could have very easily been called pass interference. Instead, McClellan, who's been really good.
To throw 40 touchdown passes in a season. The other 3 all Buckeyes. Dwayne Haskins, C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields. DeCorian Moore. Another big play for Oregon. Oregon's 5 out of 7 on 3rd down. Both teams have been outstanding on 3rd down tonight, in contrast to the regular season meeting. Some nifty footwork by Tierre Hill. Tyreek Tucker took him down. Final 44 seconds of the 3rd quarter. The pitch to Harris. He's in trouble and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Indiana takes over on downs.
Great recognition. Oregon runs this fullback dive all the time. This is the change up off of it. They fake it. They go with the Vegas pitch. You're not going to fool Indiana. And again, he threw a couple lasers there in the 4th quarter to secure the victory.
15-play drive to win it. Typical of Ole Miss. They were still throwing the ball in the end zone on the last play of the game. Mendoza's pass deep downfield. Cooper hit the deck at the 30-yard line, as did Jaden Kennedy, and there is no flag. 199 games in his college football career. Kenyon Sadiq against top 5 teams, Ohio State and Notre Dame, both last year. Northwestern, by the way, is now the losing team, and they block a punt for good measure. Daniel Ndukwe, what a night he's had.
just amazing. Completely relentless. And when you put those fours up in the air in the fourth quarter, it's a reminder that you still have 15 minutes to go, and you do not let up.
Indiana, Kalon Black, the running back. Mendoza fires, back line of the end zone, touchdown. Elijah Surratt. He lived there for a while as a child.
The AT&T Connect-A-Cam shows just an absolute seed right in the back of the end zone. They cover number 1, they cover number 2. You still have to deal with number 3, and that's Surratt.
The country and so many greats who have won it. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. It really is a team award. We have what Mendoza's doing now invites the comparisons for sure. Moore, the play fake. He's on target to Kenyon Sadiq across midfield and scampers out of bounds. The Indiana Hoosiers. As a matter of fact, ESPN News is projecting Indiana will be the winner of this game. Dante Moore, back shoulder throw. Intended for DeCorian Moore. Thought he was going to Yale, wound up at Cal. Moore rolls away from the rush, fires, incomplete. You think they're going to be okay? You think you're going to go to a bowl game next year? And Signetti gave him the Signetti face and said, bowl game, and we're going to do much better than that. And as usual, he was right. Kobe Martin, the redshirt freshman from Fishers, Indiana.
He marches to the beat of his own drum.
Kalon Black, big hole. Kalon Black, touchdown! Oh, and finally a smile.
Playing in his hometown is one of those full circle moments that she has prayed for.
And the prayers are answered. Here's McClellan again, run after the catch. He's taken down.
But he still needs to play more ball. And this Oregon team in general, very, very young and should be really good next season.
Swing pass for Dier Hill. That lead blocker, number 25, is Kilohana Hassenritter. Wonderful people to be around. The K Crew, as we're known at ESPN. Here's Jamari Johnson. Great run after the catch. He got yanked down just shy of the end zone by Jaja Boyd. Harris, long exchange, and then Moore throws a touchdown. Roger Saliapaga, the sophomore tight end. So they win the most recent biggest game in school history. They've had 2 dominant wins in this playoff. 38-3 over one of the great programs of all time, Alabama. Sig face in the crowd. And now 56-22 over the Oregon Ducks. A lot of respect between these two coaches. Dan Lanning said the other day it's the best coach team in the country.
Welcome to Miami and the College Football Playoff National Championship presented by AT&T. Signetti, all business as you'd expect. Here come the Canes. In the Canes offense, Brendan Frankie, who's been injured, returns. He's got a huge leg. This is unlikely to be returned by Keelan Marion. He would attempt any long distance field goals that Signetti elects to try tonight. Well, check that. He boots it to the 1-yard line and a chance for a return. And Marion breaks through one tackle and he'll be stopped at about the 27-yard line. Tries to use his film study, and Fletcher gets the first handoff, and Fletcher off the left side barrels forward, picks up about 9. That's what the Canes have been doing to opponents in the CFP. Tony's in the backfield and slips out. He's got the football, but not enough for a first down. They blocked 7 punts in the 2 years that Cignetti has been there. 3 of them this year, including 1 against Oregon. Dylan Joyce gets it away. Jonathan Brady retreats and makes a fair catch, but inside the 5-yard line. Roman Hemby is the back, lined up to Mendoza's right in the end zone. They fake it to him, pitch to the edge, and the catch is made by Omar Cooper Jr., who slips a tackle and is going to be shoved out of bounds. First down. He worked for Cignetti at James Madison, Heatherman did. Mendoza checks it down. This is Hemby, shoved out aggressively and immediately. Didn't have a lot of sacks against Chambliss, but they did provide just enough pressure. Mitch McCarthy to punt it. Malachi Tony on the receiving end of a line drive punt. Driven back, has it at the 32. Tony just needs a little space. A flag comes in on the return. Keelan Marion comes in motion. Beck has plenty of time again. Across the middle into traffic. It's broken up. Stepping in to get a hand on it was Lewis Moore, the 6th-year senior, and a 3-and-out for Miami. Have to game plan for him. See what the Hoosiers do to adjust. Quick throw across the middle. Catch made. And running after it is Cooper. Cooper breaking tackles out across the 45. Yards after the catch.
Slow developing RPO. He's reading Torrey right here. You make the decision. Is he coming up? Is he staying down? He sees movement up, so that gives him the quick glance route right there. Get the ball out. Give him a chance to protect himself. Gets off of that would-be tackle.
Trouble spot tonight for the Canes with shorthanded and already a couple missed tackles by that secondary. This is Kalon Black. There's a pitch to the edge. That's Surratt with a stiff arm there on Ethan O'Connor. And he's going to have first down yardage. 2nd and 7. Pocket closing in, but Mendoza stands and delivers. It's another first down strike for the Hoosiers inside the 35. Empty backfield first time tonight. 5 receivers for Mendoza. Pressure off the edge. He got hammered on the blind side. The pass is incomplete. That was Torrey on the blitz. Maybe keep it back in the backfield if you're Indiana tonight.
And he's able to sneak out. Blind side. Never really felt that. Good job. A big part of this tonight with Mendoza.
And fit that play. On 3rd down, trying to run for it with Black. And Black bursts for a first down as the Hoosiers are in the red zone after a 7-yard 3rd down run. Feed it to him again. Stutter step. Knocked down after a short gain by Keontae Scott to find safety for the Hurricanes.
Chin strap in the face mask. Watch 8 after carrying out the fake. Instead of laying off, boom, hits him. Again, when they get their chances, they want to lay the wood. And you see right there, they're sending a message early in this game.
Yeah, he came in with, the first view, I didn't see that part of it. I thought it was just a late hit. But this one here, he came in crown of the helmet right into his head.
They cannot afford that, Kirk. Already Xavier Lewis sitting out the first half, the safety for targeting. They bring it. Pitch to the end zone and fought for it, incomplete. Well defended. That was O.J. Frederic on Charlie Becker, who's their nice breakup.
Yeah, it's a matchup we want to see with Xavier Lucas out of the game. Frederic is not surprised at all with the ability to get his head turned around and get in position, and they will allow the corner to get handsy if his head is locating the football.
So Niko Radicic, almost automatic from 34 yards. Indiana, with the quarterback bleeding a little bit, draws first blood in this game. The Hoosiers, 12-play drive on top, late first quarter here at Hard Rock Stadium.
No doubt about that, and I'm with Bill. I'm surprised we didn't see a flag come down, but I think carrying out the fake, quarterback is in play. Maybe they held the flag because of that.
Keelan Marion, the kickoff return out across the 25. Beck looking to throw on first down. Loops it, and it's tipped and incomplete. Hoosiers do such a good job of getting hands on passes. That was Roe Hardy. Beck zips it far sideline again. Pass broken up by D'Angelo Pons. Closely covering C.J. Daniels. You see why this guy is conceding nothing. 3rd and long. Pressure comes. Beck's going to be racked up and sacked by Aiden Fisher. the captain, an emotional leader of this Indiana defense. And the Hoosiers are flexing.
Just kind of come right up the middle, able to get pressure. Fletcher, who's...
You're right, they count on Fletcher. Not his best effort there. And the Canes' second consecutive 3-and-out. Little pressure on Dylan Joyce, the punter. And it's off the side of his foot, but takes a good bounce for Miami. And will finally be down at the Indiana 27-yard line. Hemby running left. He'll be dragged down behind the line of scrimmage. Ruben Bain, not just a pass rusher. He's a beast defending the run on the edge. They got a speed rush package in here. Bain, Mesidor, Lightfoot, and Blunt. And it's a screen. Long way to go for Hemby, who's going to be knocked down. So the pass rush and the play by Bain on the first down run. And the Canes get a stop. Murphy rolls and boots it. And Tony has a chance here. And he slips as he tries to make a cut. Did he go down? Tony's still running. Incredible balance. If he did stay up there, looked like he was going to head to the ground as he slipped, making a cut on the turf.
Miraculous effort. He slid. There,
nope.
He's down.
He's down.
There he's down.
I was going to say, wait a minute. I know he's agile. I know he's got tremendous balance, but that would have been amazing.
A lot of that offense was attacking. And not that he doesn't have that ability, but they much prefer to run the ball.
Want to use a little tempo, he said tonight. This is a pitch to Daniels, and the veteran, former LSU player, tackled quickly by Lewis Moore. Miami 0 for so far on third down, Kirk.
There's that quick huddle you're talking about.
Marty Brown tests the middle, and his push right back gets nothing into the teeth of the Hoosiers. In Miami, if they can't succeed on plays like that, it's going to be a long night. So good at setting the tone in these first halves of the game, how dominant they are. They put the offense in great position, and they've done so again here. Think about that, right? That's how locked in on how accurate he's been. Surratt, again, easy access. Canes playing off him, and number 13 makes him pay. First down yardage in front of Frederic. He's the lone holdover from last year's secondary. That was a disaster for the Canes. Frederic was a freshman All-American, though. Catch made, and still kind of pinballing around there is Nowakowski. Tough dude. Hard to tackle that tight end. They finally do. Black is the back on third down, and Indiana, no trouble. Picking up what Miami could not a few minutes ago, out to the 39.
Eventually, you're going to see them take shots.
Pitch, and it's incomplete. Flag comes in. Once again, it was Frederic on Surratt. It's right in front of Signetti.
Pass interference, number 29. Defense, stop foul, automatic, first down.
Bill, quickly, the difference between that and the previous ones where he's been pretty handsy on some of the other covers as well.
He's got a restriction there that's preventing the receiver from getting turned to the ball.
Got it.
Cristobal doesn't like it. Signetti, by the way, has been working the officials in every single timeout. So, Indiana in Miami territory and unable to escape. Ahmad Moten, Hemby that time, hit immediately. Package in the game. Mendoza running out of time, and it's too high.
And he had a free play because of Ruben Bain jumping.
Cooper comes in motion, handoff up the middle, and barreling for a first down and more is Kaelon Black. Catching the Canes off guard, rumbles for 21. It's been Black, who now hits 1,000 yards with that run at the hot hand. Again, huge cushion, and Becker makes the catch, fights down near the pylon, touchdown Indiana!
Kind of gives up on the play. Does he stay in bounds? Nope, he's out of bounds right there.
Black spun down at the 1. Black, once again, lined up behind Nowakowski. They hand it off to the fullback / tight end, and he powers in. Touchdown, Indiana. A dominant start here for the number 1 team. Fletcher on 2nd and 5. Tripped off. Looked like he had a gap there. And reaching out to grab him was Isaiah Jones, I believe. Miami still yet to convert on third down. They need one. Fletcher, nothing. They're getting no movement. You can see the body language from Beck. He's getting frustrated. His powerful offensive line is getting outplayed. Kamara and Tucker on the stop. I mean, his defense made the stop. Fletcher, left side, pushing, working hard. Let's see where they spot it. They're running in near the marker. This is going to be very close. Hoosiers believe they came up with a stop.
That's what it took to be able to pick up their second first down of the game. 8 offensive linemen, if you include the guys they brought in at fullback and tight end. 8 offensive linemen, and you can see the football.
I knew we'd see that.
He got it by, just a couple inches.
Replay did look like the ball had gotten that mark by the time he hit the ground. First down throw, and wide open is C.J. Daniels. Finally, an explosive play with a pass game for Miami. Here's a 3rd and 8. Miami really not in solid field goal range. Quick pitch. Keelan Marion makes the catch. He's spun down short of the marker. Davis, who kicked a game-winning field goal here against Notre Dame in the opener. That was from 47. This is from 50. And it doinks off the right upright. That's the second time he's doinked one in the CFP.
And then Miami, their first opportunity to try to come away with points. They miss it.
What is it with goalposts all of a sudden? He's playing it like it's a Hail Mary. They're way off those receivers, and that's what Mendoza's thinking as he steps back and launches into heavy traffic near the pylon, and it's going to be incomplete. Into the play here. Becker working with Jacoby Thomas, who does make the grab, but well out of bounds. Miami had 26 yards total offense until that last drive, coming up empty when Davis hit the field goal off the right upright.
And said, I don't recognize you. You're missing tackles, making unacceptable mistakes. I need you guys to be detailed, disciplined.
Mendoza looking to throw on 2nd and 10. He'll be sacked. Dropped by Akeem Mesidor. The other elite pass rusher, defensive end, gets home. Yeah, that was not 2.1 seconds. That was longer that he held the ball. Now they're just going to try to run for it on 3rd and long. And Black, did he get a face mask?
Sure looked like it. Series of the second half. It's about to be a 3-and-out after that sack. Indiana's just going to run to just kind of basically concede the series. And instead, a hustle play by Blunt just gets his left hand up into.
Mendoza needs 9 here. Has time, now running out of it as Bain chases him down and makes the sack. 2 sacks on the possession, and Miami survives the personal foul and gets off the field. 8-yard loss there. Boy, Kirk, when that draft unfolds in Vegas, I mean, how many names did go off the board before Ruben Bain? That's what I want to know.
I'm with you.
I know you need quarterbacks often, but you need pass rushers too. This is Tony. Malachi Tony. Long kick gave him a chance to get momentum before the coverage team arrived. They'll give Tony a 5-yard gain anytime. Great job corralling number 10, not letting him get loose. Fletcher breaks free. Mark Fletcher in the foot race. Miami touchdown! And just like that, Miami's bell cow back changes around this championship game.
Watch 87. You're going to get a great block here, but 87, Bauman does a nice job of sustaining his block. Look at 7 as well. C.J. Daniels. These receivers from Miami do a heck of a job of blocking and allowing an 8 or 10-yard gain to go for 15, 20 or more. Just keeps that corner sharp outside, and then Fletcher does such a good job of getting downhill. So 20 yards rushing in the entire first half.
Beautiful stuff, Molly. Indiana back to work. Hembe breaking tackles, still running, and out across the 40. So he's not in there to anchor the middle of this D-line on 3rd and 3. Mendoza looks to throw, gets it out, and it's bobbled and incomplete. Surratt had his hands on it, normally very reliable. Dropped the ball, 3 at their 47, and here comes the punt team.
Yeah, really good job of seeing it with Mendoza on 3rd down. Keontae Scott brought the blitz on his left side, right over top of Surratt. He saw it. Surratt does the right thing, is sitting down, right, give him a big target, just never quite able to hold on to the ball. And
Miami does get another stop. McCarthy, high boot, Tony steps up and makes the fair catch at the 11-yard line. Across the middle, Daniels can't come up with it.
Daniels going up against Sharp. It's a bang play. Bill gave us the clean, like it's okay. But on the field with the officials, that's a good play by the DB.
Dylan Joyce in his end zone. It's a line drive point away that Brady's going to watch bounce out of bounds. Not a great one. Miami doesn't bring extra pressure this time, and the ball is out. Surratt tried to make one of those back shoulder catches right in front of the Indiana bench.
I didn't want to repeat that, but yes.
Tony back. He'll catch the ball at the 5. Risky move. Spun down after a 2-yard return. Some tempo from the Hurricanes. Empty backfield on second down. Beck looks left. Ooh, dangerous throw.
Playing out in space like a nickel. He blitzes the quarterback a lot.
Team's receivers concede very little. Pressure for Beck up the middle. Gets it out. Tony's got the ball, but not enough. Wrestled down immediately by Lewis Moore. They continue to feed Tony, but nowhere to run after the catch once again. So Dylan Joyce back on. Blocked! In the end, blocks the punt and falls on it for a touchdown! Isaiah Jones on the recovery.
There's so much pressure to make plays. Comes around that right side. Miami has, they got personal protectors there. 87, Bauman just kind of lets him go by. Look at 87, he's right there. Just lets him go by. I don't even think they're in an all-out effort to go get this. I just think he worked around the corner, realized he was in there, got his left hand in there to be able to knock it down. Jones jumps on top of it for the touchdown.
Again, Mom played tennis at Miami. Dad won a national championship in Miami in his freshman year in crew. But Mom fell out of love with the Miami program when they didn't recruit her son.
He missed Malachi Tony. If he would have just looked into the middle of that defense, he had him open.
Fletcher around the right end, breaks free. Fletcher still stepping out of tackles. Picks up another chunk of yards out across the 35. He has a breather as Marty Brown comes in. They fake the pitch to him, and Beck pitches downfield, and it's incomplete. Broken up beautifully by D'Angelo Pons. Miami had been on a roll on third downs in the last couple of games, but not tonight. 0 for 8 as Beck tries to scramble and create on the move. Steps back, still trying to buy time. Right downfield, Daniels works free. C.J. Daniels waited for his quarterback to finally spot him. Tony comes in motion. They pitch it to him. He has a block. Malachi Tony takes off and races down to the 12-yard line. Got a block from Keelan Marion. Fletcher breaks free. Fletcher, tough to tackle. Just falls forward. He's just short of the marker at about the 3. 7 offensive linemen in there. 7 O-linemen and a tight end. Fletcher walks in. Miami touchdown. What a response. Second down run again. Black bursting free. Just running through arm tackles. First down across the 40. Black, 24 years old. Hemby's 23. Representative of the way Indiana has built this team with very experienced, well-traveled players. A dangerous throw on the edge. Ethan O'Connor almost jumped the route in front of Cooper.
Access, let's take it. It's an alert. Look at the reaction, how quickly 24 drove down on that football. Almost as if he's baiting him. If I go off, he's going to think he's open.
There it is to the edge. Cooper has some blockers. Over Cooper with his quick burst. Good help on the edge from his teammates, and the gain is 19. Mendoza delivers downfield. Cooper didn't see the football. Covered by O'Connor. Hoosier fans wanted a flag.
Oh, they should have gotten it.
It's something of a gamble. A lot of coaches would punt Miami deep. Mendoza, ball in his hands. Sideline pitch. Becker comes back. make a catch.
They do it all the time. Surratt usually makes these plays. Becker's showing you he's got the ability as well against O'Connor. Timing, the ball was in the air. He comes back perfectly. Look at those hands by Becker.
Huge. Double digits again. Mendoza across the middle, too high. Trying to find E.J. Williams. It was O'Connor in coverage, and Miami will apparently force a field goal attempt here. Miami had to get the field goal block team off to get some pass rushers back on there. Here we go. Got to get to the 8. He's going to take off and run. Mendoza weaves his way first and goal. Diving toward the end zone. Touchdown! That's why he won the Heisman Trophy.
What a call by Curt Cignetti and the offensive coordinator, Mike Shanahan. Quarterback draw. He definitely breaks the plane, holds on to the football for a touchdown. What an individual effort, as you said, Chris, by the Heisman Trophy winner.
Very, very few design runs had not been a part of the plan. Cignetti.
Rio follows his blockers. Drew Evans leads his way in there. He also gets behind Kalon Black, but really it was about what Mendoza was determined to do.
Landing here. 2nd and 10. Beck backpedals, launches downfield. That's Marion again. And comes back and tried to make a catch there. Ruled incomplete. Pons covered him. Weird play because he didn't spot the ball until just the last second.
Watch him backhand that, and then the ball gets loose. It looked at first when he went up that he somehow came down with it right there, and then it came out.
Beck has time against the light rush, and he delivers a strike.
Sat right behind the linebackers. He put it right over top of them.
Beck again delivers across the middle. It's Tony. Malachi Tony splitting defenders and weaving his way deep into Hoosier territory. And just like that, with 2 plays, essentially come away with points in this drive.
Tony in the backfield there.
He's got it on the pitch. Tony breaks free. Malachi Tony spinning, scoring! Is there a more exciting player in this sport? Just throwing punches and taking punches from each other. Malachi Tony makes it a 3-point game again. 6:37 left. Cooper comes across in motion, now goes back. Mendoza rolls that way. Pitches it short. Nice play design. Cooper just enough to confuse the defense. They convert on 3rd down.
Big matchup right here.
Some confusion. With 2 in the play clock. Mendoza pitches downfield. Becker makes a catch again in front of O'Connor. Nobody stopped that all year consistently. Clock ticking at 2:21. Another 1st down run for Hemby. He's got the edge. Stiff arm. Scoots out of bounds. And it's right near the marker.
Tackle. Watch him kind of nonchalant. Now he goes for the safety. Huge collision. And forced the corner to have to make that tackle. Great job right there by Omar Cooper. Jacoby Thomas, he didn't know what hit him.
Field goal attempt. Depending on how much time left, we give Miami hope. Hemby is the back. Hemby bursting free, bangs forward for 10. They'll spot him just short of the marker. 1st down, you're right, that is crucial now. Whistle.
Yeah, that movement. I think he had movement on the left side by Indiana's offensive line.
Black, nothing. He's stopped immediately. That was Wesley Bassint and Mo Toure. Those 2 linebackers stepped up. Final timeout taken. Field goal attempt coming up. Field goal knocked right through. So Indiana took 4:50 off the clock. Moved it 11 plays and added 3 to the lead. But Miami and Carson Beck are going to have a chance. The kind of drive he was able to produce against Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. Facing serious crowd noise in their home stadium. Clock was down at 0.
They got it. Delay.
How about these Hoosier fans traveling to Miami just like they did in a neutral field in Atlanta,
Delay
and making
game.
this feel like a
Offense,
road game for Miami.
5-yard penalty, so first down.
Four-man rush, back, pressured, flips it underhanded. They're trying to find it to Bauman, the tight end. Crowd loud again. Tony comes in motion, Beck looking the other way, and he threw it down the seam. C.J. Daniels did not have his head turned. Flags down as they hit back after the throw. Staggering.
After he threw this football, he gets hit. Bill, what do you think of that one?
I support the roughing the passer call.
Okay. Well, Miami catches a break after it looked like would be an incompletion after the delay of game.
Beck's got to regroup from that big blow and deliver. Miami still 65 yards from the end zone. Underneath, Marty Brown's got it. Brown breaks a tackle. It's a first down. Beck again, nobody open. And fires. High ball, catch made. Beck, long pitch to the sideline. Catch made by Daniels. Spun down inbounds by Sharp. Again, no timeouts left. Clock stops momentarily as Mendoza can watch on one knee. Yeah. Brown is the back. Beck steps up, delivers downfield, intercepted! Jamari Sharp makes the pick that will clinch Indiana's first national championship.
How about Jamari Sharp, who's from Miami of Florida, went to Northwestern High School, takes advantage of an underthrown ball, had his eyes on it the whole way. So as he throws it, the safety's going to work over here to help out. Now it's a 2-on-1. The corner knows he has help so he can trail. Doesn't feel the urgency to have to stay upfield with Marion. He knows the safety's coming over. Now he locates the football, staying in zone. Indiana's been doing this all year. That's why they're #1 in turnover margin. They play with zone.
He finds Mendoza. He brings a bunch of guys from JMU. He has a keen eye for talent. And a bunch of experienced veteran guys are going to come out of here with the school's first national title.
I think it's got to be one of the greatest stories we've ever seen in college football. One of the losingest teams in college football history at the start of the year to now the national champions.
A century of futility is forgotten. The Indiana Hoosiers are the kings of college football.
Try to knock me off my feet, still standing with more money than I came with. Damn, took a loss, but I'm still a gambling man, betting all the chips that I got left.